Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. We took a week break last time, but we're back. We're ready to rock. That rhymed unintentionally, and all that. Before we get into things, as usual, let's have our players introduce themselves and their characters. The dice say that we ought to ask Dely first and foremost to introduce themselves and their character. Could you please go ahead, Dely?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. And as usual, I'm playing as Muninn, the traveling scholar. They are a very big smarty pants. Recently,
Dely, can you hear me?
been made. Hello. Yeah, I can. Oh, my connection's a bit rubbish. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You just cut out for a second, and I worried. Go on, please.
Yeah. Okay. So Muninn just recently was made Jesus by their god of choice. So they're suffering the consequences of that.
I mean, maybe Jesus in the sense of self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not the water into wine kind of Jesus. Although I do stink of wine, so.
Imagine you can do that. Well, it's not necessarily an Akesis thing, more like one of his siblings' thing, but whatever. We'll get to it if that ever becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you very, very much, Dely. Next, we would have Ashen. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes. I'm Ash, and I'm playing as Illona. A sneaky noblewoman, sometimes cat, sometimes not. Slaps fairies to death, sometimes. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. Very much so. Thank you very, very much, Ashen. And then, of course, we would have Show&Tell. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, I'm Show&Tell. I'll be playing as Anghel, and he has recently been healing people left and right, and he feels really good about it, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think last time you felt flustered and overwhelmed by it, not necessarily good. But sure.
Yeah, I don't know if good is the right word, but but he thinks he's doing good, with that. But well, yeah. Joke's on him.
I hope like 50 sessions from now, Anghel has gotten a reputation for curing an entire country of the plague or whatever, and then Akesis will finally allow Muninn to spill the news to Anghel. I really look forward to.
Yes, oh my god, that'll be interesting.
We'll see. Thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. So, last time, a lot of stuff happened. First thing, Anghel and Ribob returned to the group after their conversation. Muninn realized that Anghel and Ribob gossiped about Muninn, but didn't really do much about it. And Muninn teased to Illona that Akesis knows the ultimatum that Nyctelios has in mind for Illona, which may or may not come up soon. Either way, Aurelia, your favorite ancient Rimlen lady, then contacted Illona and Anghel. TLDR said, yeah, I agree with helping you. We'll try to stop the messenger and we will be at the wedding. While that happened, Muninn decided to spy on a conversation going on between Ribob and Ophelia. Basically, the conversation was Ophelia asking Ribob to kill that one noble man, if the whole messenger interception thing fails. And Ophelia also made an offhand comment that she suspects that there will be trouble in the next town over. Anyway, you guys went back on the road with Ophelia's group accompanying them, on foot though, because you lost your horses, except Anghel. And as you passed through the ruins of River Tree, you heard two young voices wailing in despair at the destruction. And you saw that it's the two fairies that are now hanging on Anghel's shoulder. Don't know if, literally, but at the very least metaphorically. and they have decided to accompany you in your adventure. Anghel has forbidden them from singing his praises, which distress them very, very much, but they'll cope with it somehow. And also Anghel decided to accept one of the side quests from the ferry, specifically the one that goes for the horse's ring. And we'll see where that leads, obviously. Anyway, you made your way through the destroyed village. You saw a few survivors, all of them having sheltered in the church, and a very shell-shocked priest who was too in shock again for to really respond to you guys. Muninn flipped the priest off. The fairy stuck their tongues out at the priest, and otherwise you guys ignored him. But yeah, as you left the village, you met two constables carrying a slave at the edge of the village who were just staring stunned at the devastation. The constables explained that, first and foremost, surprisingly, they did not see the dragon, which is a bit of a surprise. They also explained that they're taking the slave back to New Spring. The slave was fled from a monastery and they're returning lost property, so to say. And they also saw a few minor details that apparently they saw Nikephoros, aka the guy who has the orb, and apparently, to quote, his nose was back, end quote. And apparently there is a magic pig in the next village over who wants to marry a princess, because of course there was. And they also mentioned that they saw Joseph, aka Anghel's future brother-in-law. Again, feels weird saying that, but yeah, maybe. And basically they asked Joseph to sing because they found his singing funny. Joseph said that he's in a hurry, so they broke one of Joseph's legs, because as you do. They also explained that Joseph was heading to St. Paris, which you knew that's the place where he was heading, but I guess it's good to realize that he's still on the way, even with a broken leg. Anyway, Muninn, for I'm not sure what reason, Dely, feel free to elaborate on that, decided that they would like to purchase the slave's freedom. The negotiation didn't go very well, so Muninn decided to use their stunt and tell the constables, hey, you know that slave has the plague, right? Which caused them to freak out and start beating the crap out of that slave. And also Ophelia told you, we're not taking a person with the plague in our company. But yeah. So to solve the situation, Muninn decided to play the Prince Charming scam angle. I almost said Anghel instead of Angle. And namely, have Anghel quote-unquote cure the slave and the two constables. Not sure don't really remember what Anghel felt about that. And Anghel did. Cured quote-unquote the slave and the two constables. Acacius made it seem like it was very apparent curing. And the constable and the slave kissed Anghel's feet and sung his praises, and yeah, agreed to give you the slave and also information about Joseph's whereabouts. So as we rejoin our party, the constables are leaving. Muninn did ask Acacius, hey, can you make sure those two die? And Acacius said, yeah, sure, you'll owe me, but sure. And if one were to look behind as your group would be progressing on your way and the two constables would be going the opposite direction, you would see the two of them just collapse from their horses, suddenly dead from a very, very sudden onset of disease. But, out of sight, out of mind, as they say. We rejoin you guys, I think, just as the constables are leaving, with a very incensed Ophelia, while the two fairies, Always Thirsty, are just singing the Prince Anghel song as loud as they can feel. Show&Tell, feel free to dictate what Anghel feels about that. The slave, very, very grateful for his own freedom and for apparently being cured of the plague, also starts singing along the words as much as he can. Which you know, it's lovely. Meanwhile, Ophelia is staring incensed at the scene, and Muninn and Anghel, I don't know what they're doing. So, as I go to turn on the background music and all that, what's up with all of you? How are you guys doing?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good, I think. As far as character-wise, I feel like Muninn's probably eager to.
Oh, there it is.
I feel like Muninn's probably eager to let this person that they bought. I feel like they're eager to let them go. I think I remember saying last time, I don't know how that's going to work exactly, because didn't we say something like we're not sure how well they're going to survive in the wild or something?
It's not a zoo animal, it's a person.
Yeah, I know, but
They've been asleep for so long.
yeah, that's what we said, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Thank you for backing me up. I don't know if they'll be. I don't know. I'm sure they'll probably be fine, but I don't know if they'll be able to. I don't know. Live freely, I guess, because they don't know how to.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll have to put our trust in this guy.
Yeah. Having said that, Muninn did just sort of something. Having said that, if anyone was looking, Muninn did all of a sudden like give the person that this person that we're talking about. If anyone was looking, Muninn gave them the look of like, oh, like a concerned look, and I think they start like taking a few steps back away from them. Don't ask me why.
I also need to roll a sneaky from Ophelia. That's
okay.
That's Ophelia's sneaky. If you're free
to... something is happening here. Just a question. The guessing game thing. I think Dely should have one.
Guessing game?
Like those.
Dely used their thing, I think.
Oh, I did last time, yeah. Because I don't think I won the last guessing game, I don't think.
The last guessing game was won.
Yeah, so why do I have two then?
Because you won again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you didn't use your previous one.
Was it like 2 weeks ago that we... Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because the question... I can't remember the question, actually. But you did get one right.
Yeah, no, I remember that. But like we already... Wow, okay. I guess I don't know. I get confused. Okay.
You're just that good.
No. I just thought for some reason that, like the week that we didn't play, there wasn't a guessing game?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, this week. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Never mind. Go on.
But yeah. To recap, Muninn seemed like something was wrong with them. I think that's what Dely said.
Yes.
As for what else is happening in the scene, Ophelia, she rolled a sneaky F7. Feel free to combat that if you'd like.
I would like to. Am I using my eyes too?
Yeah, it would definitely be your eyes.
Oh, not good enough.
Nowhere near.
Okay. I can make my own assumptions, but I feel like, yeah.
I would like to take closer on the person to see what's the deal about.
Sure. The slave, former slave, he hasn't given you his name yet, so that's why I'm calling him that, is kissing Anghel's feet furiously while the fairies and Always Thirsty loudly sing the Prince Anghel song. The slave tries to mouth the lyrics along, seems confused, but does so as well.
Okay, I don't know, like, if I'm gonna... Can I roll Anghel's Careful to see if he notices anything? I don't know, like, anything about the slave, I guess? The former slave? Even though, I don't know. We'll see.
Oh.
What's your question?
If there's anything about the slave that Anghel notices, I don't know, something that sticks out to him.
Seems very pale, but on the other hand, like when you saw him, he was hoisted on a horse, not comfortably, but like he wasn't sitting on the horse. He was put on the horse on like some sort of object and tied up. So he was belly down on the horse, having difficulty breathing. Still seems pretty pale in spite of that. What else can I tell you? For free, do you have any specific questions?
No, I don't know what I'm looking for. So I guess not. Like, I mean, okay. I tried. I don't know.
I'm also try. Oh, okay, same.
He seems unusually pale. That's the only thing that's particularly unusual about him with those roles.
He's
well.
a vampire.
Is a Strigoi? Did we say that Strigoi is a vampire? Here?
Yeah, basically, but less. But they don't seem pale. Like the thing about the Strigoi is how unnervingly alive they seem. If that makes sense.
Oh, so it's not a Strigoi then.
Well,
it's a different kind of vampire.
I don't know. That's not me saying well, because I don't actually know. But it could be.
Okay, sure.
So Muninn would be
the
sort of.
Yeah, go ahead.
Huh? Okay, I was gonna say. I feel like Muninn might reach out for, because you said Illona like walks up to the former slave, right?
He's just more so eyeing what's happening, you know. Not there like face to face, just like I'm looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Not like that.
Right. Okay. Well, if you, so did you like sort of approach him a little bit when you did that?
Maybe a step or two.
Okay. Just because if you did, or if anyone approaches the guy, not just Illona, but if anyone approaches the guy,
I mean, he's kissing Anghel's feet.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's true. I forgot that. And I heard that and I was like, kissing feet. Yeah, that sounds about right. But the guy Muninn would notice this. I don't know why they didn't notice it before, but Muninn would notice this and they would say like, don't let him do that. Like that's not stop him from doing that. Basically, Muninn would say.
Why?
Anghel looks at. Oh, Illona says that.
Yeah.
The slave looks momentarily confused, like what?
Muninn would look like they're going to like elaborate and say something, but then then they stop and they don't. And they distance themselves a little bit more.
I think Illona would like confused follow Muninn's example. Also like, okay, we're going 2 steps back. Why?
The slave returns his gaze to Anghel and said, "Your lordship, excellentship, can I follow you, please?"
Oh shit.
Oh no.
You're clearly a holy person, a miracle worker. I want to see your works and be in their presence.
Anghel, I think he's really confused now because Muninn, because of what Muninn said. So I guess he's like kind of exchanging looks like with Muninn, trying to see if they would tell him anything. I don't know.
Yeah, Muninn would. Oh, okay. Muninn would look like they. Oh. Muninn would look like they're about to speak. and then as far as you can see right now, Muninn's just holy shit. Sorry, I'm not stuttering because I'm a bumbling fool IRL. It's just that.
So I'm messaging them.
Your fed information.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can tell.
Sorry, I didn't want to like give it away too enough. Okay, so Muninn would look like they're about to say something, but they can't. Or don't. Because obviously I can't tell you that or whatever. But anyway, they just look really, really concerned, and they're just like, look, like if you see in their eyes, they're like, oh, I just wouldn't go near this person. And then,
wow, okay,
yeah, like just pure, like not disgust, but like, as in like a gross thing. It's not gross. It's more like abhorrent almost. Does that make sense?
wow, okay. What?
Like when you see something so wrong, you're like, oh no, that's not right.
Do you remember the other thing that I instructed you, Deli?
So yeah, I think I know which one you mean. I think I know which one you mean.
I replied to it to point it out.
Okay, so then Muninn would turn around and try not to be too crazy, even though like they did just look like they were really angry.
Turn around where? Like they're just
like away from the group. Like they're facing away from the group. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think it does affect Anghel, like what he saw there. And he's like uncomfortable about this, about all of this anyway, a little.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of, is the former slave still kissing him or whatever? I don't know what he's doing.
He's looking up at you hopefully.
Okay, so Anghel like takes a step back and he kind of,
Oh, he trips because he was still holding on to your leg, but trips a little. By the way, the fairies and always first he continues singing the Prince Anghel song.
Oh god. I can't deal.
I really need to come up with lyrics for that. If I had the money, I'd come up with the lyrics for it and like commission like 2 lady singers and a drunken person singer too.
Like, yeah.
I volunteer for the drunken person singing.
No, because you don't sound like always first he does, I imagine.
Shit. Well, who knows?
That's so good. God. So he's trying to like, I guess, concentrate while this is all going on.
Always first he yells out, "Behold, Prince Anghel, the miracle worker!"
Oh my god.
The fairies take up the call.
Oh my god. Okay. So, God, I don't know. Like what? Like how much would he take to heart what happened with Muninn? I don't know. Wow.
I think if this helps, I feel like Muninn might be walk. I don't know where people are geographically, but Muninn would walk towards. So the path that we were taking last time, or just in general, like towards our destination, I feel like.
Oh, so you're just moving along?
Yeah, right? I feel like Muninn would make their way towards the road, like towards their destination, but
you
like
guys were on the road, but sure.
Right. But like they would walk along it, if that makes sense. And then they wouldn't like carry on without everyone, but they would like make distance and then like turn around to like see what's like. Or maybe not. Yeah, I don't know.
Noticing this, Ophelia, I think, will say, well, that was a bizarre display, Prince Anghel, she says. Let's continue on, everyone. And she moves to go back to her carriage.
Wow. I guess Anghel really doesn't know what to do.
She will add, feel free to take him if you want. You've cured him. I do not care. Just don't let him get in our way.
Okay. Okay. Then Anghel kind of signs do what you want, kind of like he doesn't know what to do.
To the slave?
And I don't know if what?
To the slave, I'm asking.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm assuming that always thirsty will translate.
Mm-hmm.
If he stops singing for a second.
Yeah, he would,
And
unless you tell him not to.
Okay. And then, Anghel just kind of continues forward. Like he's not waiting for anyone, I guess. For his whatever. Aussie.
Oh, thank you, the slave says. My name's Timbir, by the way.
Anghel kind of Timbir.
I'll type it.
Anghel kind of nods over his shoulder, kind of. Trying to be polite, I guess, or something, but not really wanting to engage too much because he's so confused.
The fairies and always first they continue singing the Prince Anghel song. It almost feels like they're coming up with lyrics on the fly. Like each stanza is unique. It's yeah. Sometimes always first he takes the lead and invents a whole new stanza about a specific event he witnessed. Sometimes it's the fairies talking about, he's going to defeat the dragon, he will retrieve the ring of the horse, he will shape the land, etc., etc. It's, yeah.
Okay. I'm telling you, when he goes to sleep, he's going to have this song stuck in his head. He's going to be humming it to himself.
Always first is not necessarily a good singer, but the fairies definitely are. Their song does sound very pleasing, lyrics aside.
Okay.
For whatever it's worth, the horse and always first they seem to be treating you as if nothing happened regarding the whole, dragon thing.
Yeah, Anghel is not. He's definitely more cautious with them. He's more guarded, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So that's Muninn, Anghel, and Ophelia's group deciding to continue on their way. What about Illona?
Illona probably would try to catch Muninn to have some more information on why this person is so disgusting.
You think that, but all you can think of is there anything more disgusting than Muninn's smell?
Muninn is the one who's disgusted. Yeah,
disgusting, not disgusted.
No, yeah, and then they're
right.
all disgusted.
I'm
So
very
it's
stinky.
In that case, I think Illona would just follow the others.
Oh, that's fair enough. Muninn probably would notice this, and they would look sad for a second, but then they would. But then they would very quickly look normal again.
Oh, poor Muninn.
Yeah, they would probably sniff their underarms for the face, and go whoa, like that.
Yeah, the smell of rotten, very strong wine is very, very apparent on you. Lovely.
But didn't you say that it didn't bother Muninn or something?
Yeah.
Smells good.
Yeah.
No, doesn't mean that Muninn believes it smells good, but it's as with everyone's own smells, you just kind of get accustomed to it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm fine with this like a Cassius spoiler, so to say. Cassius sort of notices that and whispers in your mind, "You will come to pay it no heed in time."
Yeah. Muninn will probably think in their head like, I know. I'm more worried about everyone else.
Once they realize the wisdom and prophecy that you'll be able to dispense, they will come to deal with it as well.
I'm sure you're right.
Of course I am. So, do you guys continue on your way?
Yeah.
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 I think the slave would like look around sort of in wonder at his saviors and ask you, Muninn, what's your story? Above board, he seems to single you out because you said last time that you, not said, but like it was revealed last time that you're the foreigner in the group.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I think Muninn would. So what did you say his name was? Sorry, you said his name, right?
Timbir is how you'd pronounce it.
Oh yeah, of course, it's right in front of me. So Muninn would look to Timbir, and they would like almost recoil a little bit, and then try and like they would like but then they would like very quickly compose themselves. I think.
I don't smell that bad.
That's what Muninn would say. Like Muninn would go, and then like try and continue walking, like
Tibir says this sarcastically. Like, does he smell?
I was gonna say that was such a dig.
Timbir does smell, unfortunately for him, but what's the polite way to say this?
Stinky.
He's definitely unwashed, more unwashed than your group, definitely. Yeah, slaves don't have the highest standard of hygiene. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, Muninn would go, and then they would say, "I'm from very far away," and then they would like try and
like the mountains.
Muninn would shake their head further than that.
Really?
It reminds me of the conversation with Miku.
Yeah,
Then that happened.
I'm echoing that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Muninn would nod. And they would say like, "I'm from a very big city. You've probably never heard of it."
Like Saint Paris.
Further, much further. Where are you from? And that's how Muninn would say it. By the way, I'm not doing it. Like,
He has like this puzzled expression, like what's so difficult talking to him, and says, "Well, I was born and raised in New Spring. The not monks. What's the female monk? The word's escaping me.
None?
The nuns. Thank you.
yeah,
Ashen. The nuns say I was bought off from my family when I was 2 or 3. So obviously I never know them or the place where they came from, but yeah, New Spring's what I've known for all my life."
Right. Good. Good.
That's a weird word in this context.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were bought from your parents when you were 2 or 3. You've never known any other place outside the city in your entire life. Good.
I feel like Muninn might have said good because they weren't really listening.
Yeah, that's the sense. That's the sense I got. But it's funny because Muninn was the one trying to save this slave.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Muninn would say, well, you have your freedom now. You can you can do what you want. Why don't you?
Well, what I want is to follow the what's the word? Mystic? No, the miracle worker. Yeah, I think that's a better word.
Oh, Anghel. Yeah. He there are more miracle workers to see in this world. Why don't you go find them?
Well, where would I look?
At this point, anywhere. Like down that road and put Muninn would point behind them, and then like I think they would like shut their mouths and like put their
Mouths, plural.
mouths. Oh, sorry, their mouth. They would shut their mouth and then like continue walking.
Well, down that road is New Spring. I don't want to go back to New Spring. They'll beat me.
Muninn would shake their head to say like, almost like a yeah, that's not a good idea, so don't do that. Like that kind of thing. It's like they would shake their head and go,
He says something in the language of the slaves, which we've established that none of you know, and like poses that as a question to you. Muninn, you will know because Acacius tells you that he's asking, can you even speak my language? And about in reference to the fact that Ophelia said that you're a scholar.
Muninn would nod, and if Acacius would allow it, could Muninn reply in the same language or not?
Acacius would allow it, yes.
Okay. Muninn might play it off, so I don't know if you want me to sneaky or whatever. Muninn might play it off there, and they would say, so they would nod, and in the same language they would say, fractions of sentences, yes, not much.
I don't think you need to roll sneaky, because, Simbier is the only NPC who's paying attention to this conversation, and he has no reason to suspect you, so to say.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's amazing. I've never seen any of the Rima bother to learn. He's continuing to speak in the slave language. The Rima bothering to learn our language. Never mind a foreigner.
Good. Muninn would say, probably almost in like broken dialect or grammar or whatever, to sort of ham it up a little bit. So they would say, slightly broken anyway. They would say, I know many languages. I know, learning, enjoy. Like they would say something like, "Oh, learning is for my good brain."
Not my bad one.
That one we need to talk about the bad one.
He chuckles slightly at your grammatical errors, so to say. He says, "Well, where's the mystic come from?" Miracle worker, I guess, would be the better word. Yeah.
Yeah. Muninn would say he's Rima. He's
I can tell.
From. Yeah, Muninn would nod, and I can't. Is Anghel's from the town that we met, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of the town is.
I'll type it in.
Okay, thank you. But Muninn would say the name of the town. They would say Ampho. He's from Ampho. Long time.
I've never heard of that one.
Long time that way, and then Muninn would point to roughly where they came from, like very, very roughly in the right direction.
Sure. What? All right. Well, what about you? Are you? What are you asking, Illona?
What?
Says, what about you? Where do you come from? Are you Rima too? Are you a foreigner
no.
too?
Foreigner, far away. Very far away.
Oh, where? Are you from beyond the mountains too?
Well, from your perspective, I could be like an alien or something from a different realm.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me more. He says, excited.
Many steps, very long journey.
D-
Did
Did you have to scale the mountains even?
Yeah. Many mountains. There are more.
There's more than just the one. About he's talking the Rima language, not the slave language.
I'm just slow in the brain.
Sure.
I'm using my bad brain.
Sure.
Yeah. Lots of walking.
He says, I sometimes did a lot of walking too. Sometimes the nuns asked me to take messengers to various estates around New Spring.
Yeah, then you know what it's like walking.
I've never walked as much as when I ran away.
Oh, you ran away? When?
Well, that's the whole premise, that you bought him, and he was, yeah. Anyway, he says, well, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
All right.
And the constables found me in St. Paris, and well, I wanted to run away to, you know, the land of the rabbits, but I didn't know where that is.
Land of
The
the rabbits.
land of
Okay.
the rabbits.
Do you want to tell me more about the land of the rabbits? I haven't heard of that.
It's you know, there's bad luck there, so I was thinking that if I get there, I won't be caught.
That's an interesting,
Strange thinking.
yeah, interesting conclusion to come
Did
to.
they want to say that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much about the world. Where else was I gonna go?
I don't know. Left.
Like in the forest?
Yeah.
I mean, I tried, but I don't know how to live off the forest that well.
Illona would be looking at other people like I don't think she would be.
like I don't want to talk to you anymore. Someone take this person off of
Yeah.
me.
Exactly.
Anghel, it's your turn.
The land of the rabbits. Let's go.
Understandable. I imagine sort of detecting this, the slave would let off, and he just continued journeying along, sort of excited to be free and be in the company of a miracle worker. And a prince, apparently.
Apparently.
By the way, is Anghel alright with with Always Thirsty and the Fairies continuing to sing?
He's grimacing. He looks very pained if you look at him. But he stopped, like, I mean, I don't know when was the last time that you told him to stop, but he doesn't know how to deal with it anymore.
Last time wasn't that long ago, to be fair. As you guys continue along, I think Simbir will say, my lordships, around this place when I was fleeing, there were bandits. We ought to be careful.
Yay, bandits.
I feel like Muninn would probably say, like, we can... Oh, hang on. Muninn would be surprised, or seem surprised by that, and say, like, bandits? Really? In here?
Yeah, they tried to, they ran up on me and asked me to give them anything I got, but, well, I emptied a pocket and obviously there's nothing there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can handle ourselves. So if anything happens, right? And Muninn would look to Anghel and Illona, and they would say, you know, I mean, we can handle ourselves.
Illona would nod. Yeah, we got this.
Muninn would say. Actually, no, probably Muninn wouldn't say that.
No bandits are a match for Prince Charming, says Always Thirsty. Not Prince Charming, Prince Anghel.
Anghel kind of shrugs.
Muninn would ask, "Are you nervous to bump into them again?"
Well, if with you points at Anghel, with him here, not anymore. They left me with this nasty cut. He like reveals his like chest a little, and you do see a scar on it. His chest is also very, very pale, like the rest of his body. Says, but other than that, when they saw that I got nothing, they let me go.
Hopefully, I mean, we're quite a large group. They probably won't be that interested in us. You know, like they wouldn't be interested in getting involved.
We've got the carriage. He like points at the carriage. Surely they'll try to rob it.
Maybe we'd like to see him try.
Angel's looking around, kind of like.
You be careful.
Okay. Free.
What can I tell you for free? Not a lot. Yeah, I can tell you do sense. Is that the smell of smoke? Well, you
Oh
did.
my god.
You did just leave the village, so nah.
Okay. I guess nah then.
Do you continue on your way? Asking everyone.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, as you continue on, the smell of smoke becomes apparent for everyone, and not just the smell. You actually see plumes. That's the word. Plumes of smoke rising from somewhere on the road ahead of you, and slightly off the road into the forest. You continue on.
Oh boy. On the road ahead into the forest?
On the road ahead and slightly into the forest.
I think that makes sense.
I think Anghel would want to check that out.
Yeah.
He's left too many towns burning.
Knowing us, we won't make it better.
Fair enough. He's gonna try though.
Here, Deli hears an Acacia spoiler that I'm fine telling you because he would like you to tell everyone.
Okay.
Don't worry about the bandits. My other pupil already killed them.
Ooh.
Other pupil, like what's her
In
name?
the eyeball. Oh, no, just kidding.
Anna Varys. Is that his other pupil?
Who?
I forgot how her name. Like Varys.
Oh, Anya Varys?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to answer your questions.
I know. I'm just asking
Oh my
in
God.
general.
Teeironor.
Pop off, queen.
What is going on behind the scenes?
I'm joking. Feel free to pause it. I can only answer Deli's questions if they're addressed to Acacius.
Right. I guess. So I feel like first of all, maybe Muninn would tell everyone like, "Hey, don't worry about the bandits." And then Muninn would. Well, first of all, does anyone react to that? I guess. Like, don't worry about the bandits. By the way, like, Muninn would tap their head to say like, "Oh, like Acacius has told me like, yeah, not to worry about them."
Illona would nod and be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Anghel would be concerned, I guess, but sure. He wouldn't say. He wouldn't. I don't know.
I feel like, by the way, maybe moving forward, if Muninn was told something by Cassius and they're allowed to say it, they might just tap their head as a sign to everyone to say, like, oh, by the way, I know it because I know it, not because I'm just guessing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sure.
I feel like Muninn, because I was curious too, I feel like Muninn would say, you said Cassius's other helper,
Pupil?
not helper.
Pupil?
Pupil, yeah, not helper. I guess his other pupil like helped. Like Muninn would ask, "Who was that? Like, was that?"
I'll answer your question in private.
Okay.
Boo.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
It's kind of something you guys already knew, but I think Cassius would still like you to, for the moment, shut up about it.
Okay, and Muninn's not allowed to say either, right? Or not?
Like, I feel like we.
Well, I mean Muninn, obviously.
Oh.
Okay. I see.
Okay, maybe a. Okay.
May I ask what are you thinking?
Oh no, actually, it doesn't make sense. I don't know anymore. Never mind.
I'm gonna mention something to you, Tira.
Sure. As while Deli types, as you continue on your way, because again, some of the plumes of smoke are coming from, like, on the road, and some are coming from further into the forest. Though not very far. Can I get a careful from anyone who is paying attention to those plumes of smoke?
Yes, with my eyeballs.
It would be with your eyeballs. Muninn, they're clearly dead people. They've been
damn.
burned to pieces.
Wait, where are the dead people? Like...
They're the sources of the plumes of smoke.
Yeah, on the ground in front of us? Like where?
Farther ahead. Not quite in front of you yet.
Okay.
Uh...
Yeah, but Anghel didn't see that, right?
Right. I feel like if you're, if you don't mind, Show&Tell, I feel like Muninn would notice that Anghel's like looking around, and potentially Illona as well, but maybe not on that one, obviously. But Muninn would notice that you're looking around, and they would say, like, "Oh, don't bother. Those people are already dead.
I think you mentioned
don't
that.
bother." Sorry?
I think you mentioned that already.
Oh, did I already mention that? Oh, okay. Well, it's out in the open now, I guess. Or like Muninn. Yeah, Muninn saying like the smoke is coming from dead people is what I'm saying. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Muninn was basically saying to Anghel like, "Oh, don't worry. Like, don't bother. Like looking. Like, there's no point."
Anghel doesn't know how to process. Like, I mean, he's like.
Does he look distressed?
A little, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have seen something similar before. You have also encountered the remains of bandits on the road that have been charred to pieces.
Oh.
Yeah, this has happened before.
Oh, in the village? Oh, wait. In the... What are we talking about? In the...
Like 20 sessions before, so don't worry if you don't remember.
It's not the village where the rebellion... Like, the slaves rebelled, right?
It's way before that.
So is it the one where... I don't know why I'm thinking about this, where, we Illona was like... I don't remember, but Illona was like scared or something, right? There was this village with with this old lady. I don't know why I'm thinking about that.
With the
Do you know what I mean?
black egg, you mean?
I've never been scared.
I don't remember. I don't know if I don't know black egg. I don't.
It
Ah.
unrelated.
I
Unrelated.
killed a horse.
Oh yeah,
That's
I do. Yeah, I do remember that black egg.
Yeah, but was it there?
It was not
Uh,
there. The
No.
incidents are unrelated.
No. With the black egg? Is that what I mean? With the woman who pulled a gun on us or something? Was that there?
Oh, that happened
No.
way back.
Yeah, I suddenly remember that. That had nothing to do with anything, right? Okay.
Yeah, that was way back. Like even before you met Prince, the original Prince Charming, for instance. Even before you met Always Thirsty.
Damn.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know why I thought about that. Charred people?
You have come across the corpses of bandits who have obviously been killed by being burned.
Yeah.
Don't remember though.
Yeah, I feel like it was a while ago.
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Sure.
You had your own assumptions about what happened back then. I don't think I should remind you of them though.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. I don't know anymore. I'm so confused. Okay.
Either way, as you guys continue along the road, you do see very much charred corpses, just like on the road and coming from the forest, indicating that they're either some of them were trying to run back into the forest or they were running from the forest. Hard to tell without like a closer inspection. And Deli, I will tell you, Kisses feels there's no closer inspection needed. It's pretty obvious what happened here.
Okay, and I know why. I'm not saying I know why.
Well, also because it's a scene almost identical to the one you guys saw before. So it'll be very much like retreading old ground.
Yeah. I mean, it would look very... Well, actually, no, they wouldn't. I mean, it would look annoyed for a second, and then they wouldn't, I feel. If anyone was looking. And then that would be it.
The carriage does not stop, by the way.
Yeah.
So up to Anghel and Illona if they want to do anything. Big if.
No.
I guess not. I mean, wait. So we know it's the bandits. Like we who said that?
Well, Simbier said, "Be careful. There's bandits around here." And
right.
Yeah, that's the only information that's publicly available, so to say.
Yeah.
Oh, so we don't know that the burned corpses are bandits. Like Anghel doesn't know that.
Anghel does not.
Okay. Then maybe he... I don't know. What do we do with burned corpses?
They're still smoking, so they almost certainly are hot to the touch.
Bad habit.
Damn.
Getting hungry here.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I always say same thing that happened last time when you saw a scene like this.
Yeah.
Specifically, while they are very clearly burned and smoking and all that, they have not affected the vegetation, as in they haven't passed the fire onto the vegetation where they've fallen, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
Clearly means it's some kind of unusual fire.
Yeah.
Muna would ask, or maybe, I don't know, Muna would probably tell Anghel, or say to Anghel, there's nothing we can do. We can't save them. if like Angel's like lingering.
Oh, it's very obvious that you can't save them because they're charred corpses. Like it feels like if you were
Yeah.
if you were to touch them, leaving aside the heat, they'd probably crumble to ash.
Yeah.
Ugh. So we can't even bury them or anything?
If you want to spend the hours required, sure.
I guess.
I mean, I don't know if Anghel thinks about that.
Muninn might say this is a little bit meta, but also sort of not because I was thinking about it anyway. Actually, no. I suppose it's a little bit meta. Muninn doesn't know that Anghel wants to bury them, assuming that he wants to bury them.
I mean, I don't know. What else can you do about burnt corpses to make you feel better?
What I was thinking of saying was like, oh, they're being cremated, like as we speak. So that's kind of
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
yeah. So it's
I was like, you know,
don't worry about
actually-
burying them. They're being cremated.
Cremation. Funnily enough, I don't think cremation would be something that Angel's people would, like the common folk, would necessarily know about. Funnily enough, so the concept might puzzle Angel.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what Prince Charming thinks of the situation?
Sure, yeah.
Prince Charming thinks, well, if what Simbier says is true and they were bandits, then screw them. But on the other hand,
Timber said that they were bandits?
well,
Or did he just say in general
he
that they're
said
bandits?
in general they're bandits nearby, but then Muninn, I think, said, oh, don't worry about the bandits. So I'm just sort of connecting the dots, if that makes sense.
Oh, I don't know if
Yeah.
Anghel did. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So
But maybe Prince Charming did.
Prince Charming says,
Right.
well, if they were bandits, then screw them. They deserve their fate. Still, it's an awful way to go. Like, Prince Charming does not want to see people suffer.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Then I guess Anghel just kind of averts his face from them as we pass. I don't know. Like, do we just go over them? What do we do?
The carriage does not trample them, if that's what you're asking. Like, it swerves
Okay,
a little
thank
bit.
God.
It swerves a little bit to, like, get around them where they are at. But not many of them are, like, they're on the road, but not a lot of them are in a position to obstruct the road, if that makes sense. Indicating that they're, like, they probably died before they could harm whomever was on the road that they were targeting.
Holy shit. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Muninn might tug on Angel's arm or something, and they might say like, "Come on, lad! Like, we got places. Like, we've got a long trip ahead."
Yeah, Anghel like goes like he understands this. There's nothing he can do. And I mean, if there are bandits, then fine.
Yeah, we can deal with them.
Does Illona have any thoughts about these charred corpses?
As she walks like with the carriage, I think she might like kick one of them if it's like close enough.
It crumbles to
Just-
dust. Not dust, but ash.
What the fuck?
I think Illona would be kind of amused by that.
Um,
Oh my god,
What's wrong with
what's going on?
I will say when you kick it, it does feel like you've kicked something very, very hot. Like almost as if you've kicked fire. But your boot is fine. Other than like, maybe it's like you feel like the leather constricting because of the heat, but it doesn't like catch on fire or anything like that.
All right.
Okay. Do you guys continue on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put the next map over on screen then in a second. So, as you guys continue along, not very happy with this experience, so to say. Where should I put Simbier? I guess I'll put him here-ish, I guess. Feel free to let me know if you talk about anything or do anything or anything like that. You will notice something at one point, but I'm curious if there's anything before that something.
Um, no, I don't think Anghel wants to speak. Or sign or anything
Mhm.
at the moment. Communicate.
Yeah, that's a good term.
I'm just thinking if Muninn would, but I don't know if they. I don't know if they would like say anything else. If that makes sense. Like they would probably want to speak to Angel about something, but obviously, if Angel doesn't look like he wants to communicate, then that's fair enough. And yeah.
Anything from Illona?
No, just trudging along.
Sure. Then, as you guys continue on the road with the carriage, you hear something startling and very, very, I imagine disturbing, almost on an instinctual level. And I will tell you, Deli, because obviously you feel his emotions too a bit. Cassius also feels very, very disturbed upon hearing this. And it's also enough to stop the carriage in its tracks. You hear the horrifying scream of a baby.
Oh,
Oh my god. What now?
bloody hell.
It's coming from the northeast, so across the river.
How loud is it?
Ear-piercing loud.
Illona would like cover her ears and be like, we should move along quicker.
The Prince Charming thing would be to help the baby in trouble, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
We ought to help, says Simbir.
It sounds like a trap to me. I've never heard a baby this loud.
A trap? What do you mean
Yeah.
a trap? It doesn't. I would say it doesn't just sound like a baby crying loudly. It sounds like a baby is in physical pain. Like it's a very disturbing,
goodness.
ear-piercing scream. The carriage also stops for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe I might say to Illona, like, I don't disagree, but if that was, I feel like if what if we're wrong? Like, what?
Yeah,
if
that's what Angel is thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be a trap, but what if it's not?
Right.
Deli, shall I message you Cassis's thoughts? And I'll tell you what you can disclose and what you cannot. Is that right?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Meanwhile, I think Illona would say like, well, if you wanna check it out, I'll stay back a bit and see that we don't get ambushed or something.
I
Okay.
guess that's fine. Muninn would say.
What I've said to you so far, you may reveal.
Okay. Muninn would say, I guess that's fine. Muninn would tap their head and they would say, like, it's not from what we know, like, it's not a trap, but I guess that you can't be too cautious.
It's not? Illona would be really surprised.
I'm just as surprised as you are. But holy shit, that was a loud sound. Like, that was a loud. Sorry, Moon would say sound. Moon would say, like, holy shit, that was a loud cry. Like,
It's still going.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Holy shit, this is that baby is crying loud. I think we should like go. Like, we need to see what's happening. Like, if you want to stay here, that's fine. But we need to, like, Anghel, are you coming?
Yeah, Angel is already like as soon as Muninn said it wasn't a trap, he was already like, ready for action, I guess.
Okay.
Ophelia says, haven't we suffered enough delays? Are you people serious?
If Muninn would look angry, and they would say, like, I know what I want to say in my head, but I don't know, like, how to articulate it. So Muninn would say like, you, if you were screaming like this, like, wouldn't you want someone to help?
No, because I wouldn't trust anyone who's come to help.
It's a baby, Anghel signs.
It's a baby, repeats always thirsty. Obviously, but if you fools want to go on this silly adventure, fine by me. We'll meet in the town ahead then. She like storms back into her carriage. She seems very, very disturbed, probably because hearing a baby in this much distress is obviously disturbing for anyone around.
Yeah.
Illona would kind of squint at her as well to like, does she know anything about this crying baby?
Good question.
You know, I don't know if you want. I'll roll her sneaky, and you can oppose for careful if you want. But
Yeah, please.
just because I roll sneaky doesn't mean that there's actually something to hide. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
She got a 7. You got
I got a 3. Shit.
I can get involved if you want.
You may if you want to.
I feel like... Ha! Never mind. That sums that up.
Actually, yeah, Cassius is fine giving the spoiler publicly. Let's say Cassius says she doesn't know anything about this, indicating Ophelia.
Okay.
Okay.
Muninn would say like, oh, if Muninn is allowed, Muninn would say, let her go. Like, if she doesn't want to get him, like, if she doesn't want to help, like, just fine. Like, yeah, yeah.
All right, let's go then. I'll stay a bit behind, but I'll be close by.
Okay, let's go.
Mm.
Where exactly is it coming from?
Across the
baby
river
from?
from like the forest, but it could be beyond the forest as well.
Like to which direction?
Northeast.
Like right? Oh.
So yeah, to your right, yeah.
Okay. Anghel, don't stray too far, all right? Like, this is...
We do need to cross a river. That's...
As in, don't stray too far from me, is what I
You
meant.
do have always thirsty to drain the river if you
a
want.
drink
Oh yeah.
and kill everyone. Who depends on the river.
He'll only drain it for while you guys cross it. It's not a big river.
Oh, and then he can put it back?
He'll put it back by halting his drinking, let's say.
Yeah. So that it would flow again, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess.
How often does he need to pee?
Very,
Does he ever pee?
very.
Okay.
Obviously, we don't include character pee breaks and such, but he has to go very, very often. But he always catches up.
Always pissing is his real name, but he doesn't like to go by that.
I mean,
Yeah.
given his character, yeah.
Yeah,
Are there like new rivers wherever he goes?
yeah.
Possibly. He hasn't had to drink that much yet. Like, you haven't had him drink a big river yet. But maybe maybe a new one will form soon.
Awesome. I'm glad we learned this.
Funny enough, I do need to look into if Wonderdraft, the program I'm using to make maps, if it can make water yellow.
No.
Beautiful. Can't get any better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you head to cross the river?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Yes.
Illona stays on this side of the river.
The crying is coming from the other side, but okay, for now at least you stay behind. What's your guys' approach to crossing?
Well, I guess maybe Anghel tries. Like he's obviously cautious. He kind of, is it a very deep river? Like,
You feel you can cross it on foot, but towards like middle, it would like the water would get to like your, probably
Waist?
probably a bit above your waist.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh shit. I mean, ugh, I'd have to risk it. Oh, but Anghel knows already that he doesn't want to kill him.
Kill
What?
who?
Eurymedon doesn't want to kill Anghel.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I mean, I at the very least, like, if you don't want to get your feet wet, we can do the whole like drink the river thing, right?
I don't know if Anghel wants to rely on that, to be honest.
Not a case. Always first is eyeing the river. Mouth dripping.
Look at his. Yeah, look at his lips. Oh my god.
It's disturbing. Like, I think this is the first time you notice this detail. Obviously, he's always drinking something, but this is the first time you notice his lips, how dry they are.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Oh god.
Give the man
A river.
give the man a river. Give the man a drink. Give the man a river and he'll drink for the rest of his life.
Oh, I don't know if Anghel wants to rely on him though. Damn it. I'm assuming Prince Charming in Anghel's mind kind of tells him to do that, maybe?
To
Like-
rely on always firstly, not necessarily. Prince Charming wants you to rescue the baby, whatever that may
Like he
involve.
doesn't care how.
Yeah, it's only like relating to the dragon that Prince Charming would say use always thirsty, if that makes sense.
Okay. The Anghel, I think, like whether he notices being always thirsty or not, he's just like he doesn't tell him to do anything. He tries to cross like as is.
You begin crossing as is. The water feels cool at your feet. Nothing Eurymedon related happens.
Okay.
I feel like Muninn might be a little bit cautious to cross the river. They would say, like, because of past experiences, I guess, with Eurymedon, right?
Yeah, it makes sense to be honest, because Eurymedon said he would, hurt those around Anghel. Those Anghel cares about. I don't know if Muninn counts at this point, but that's mean. I'm sorry.
Brutal, but okay.
Like I don't know from Eurymedon's point of view, I don't know if like.
Oh yeah, nice save, yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I think Muninn may. Oh, okay. So Muninn looks cautious at the moment, but maybe after a good think or whatever's happened, they all of a sudden they feel or they appear more confident and they saunter through the river, cautious not to get their satchel wet, so like they would probably lift it up.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking out loud, but Muninn is like a kisses, right? I don't know if Eurymedon wants to mess with that anyway.
I plead the fifth.
Show&Tell you're like kind of predicting what I just messaged Muninn. I would say always thirsty and the horse and the fairies followed Anghel into the river. Always thirsty, obviously not allowed to drink the entire river, nevertheless takes like scoops of water.
Oh.
Sure, you can do whatever he wants.
Illona, you see your companions crossing the river and your companions' companions. They do not appear harmed, for the moment at least.
Illona gives a thumbs up. Doing great, guys.
Muninn would give another thumbs up to Illona.
Timbeer gets ready to cross, looks back at Illona. Aren't you coming?
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah. Go now. Shoot.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine. She's probably the most capable of all of us.
All right.
Illona would try not to show it, but she would be so pleased with that. She's like, yeah!
Yeah.
Sure. Then Timbir begins crossing as well, cautiously. Like, cautiously because you guys seem cautious, if that makes sense.
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, we must be such nerds to him. Like, this tiny river, and we're like, fuck, how do we do this?
Yeah.
All the past trauma.
It's like, guys, it's just water. Like, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, you guys cross the river. Well, one at a time. Anghel and his posse crosses. They seem fine. Muninn then steps onto the opposite shore. They are fine. Then Timbir walks to the opposite shore and says, well, it was a little chilly, but don't see why you old folk were so scared of it.
Yeah. Long story. We can't swim.
Well, neither can I, but
That was the long story.
neither can I, but it's not a big river. Yeah, says always firstly disappointed.
Oh,
Oh, sharks.
poor guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Muninn would like be eager to get a move on, but they would say like, I'm tempted to say to always thirsty like, there's always next time, but I don't. Like me, Deli wants to say that, but Muninn wouldn't, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, like everybody knows that that always thirsty was. Well, I guess if we notice his lips, then I guess
Wow.
everybody noticed.
You have reached the opposite shore. The crying is coming still further ahead from either within the forest or beyond it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's like get a move on. I feel like Muninn would probably begin a light jog, or above a jog. They're not like run. That's it. A light run.
Sure. You begin a light run. What does Anghel do?
He just goes where the cry is coming from, like, follows the sound.
And I imagine, Ashen, you have to go soon?
Yeah.
Sure. Before you do, though, Illona sees her companions vanish into the forest, and obviously Ophelia and company went on ahead. What does she do?
Should be listening if they cry for backup. Very anxious, kind of looking around. Is this like a baby army somewhere hiding in the bushes? I don't know.
Baby army.
May I get a careful from you, Ashen?
Yeah. 3.
No indications of a baby army, just a single very distressed baby.
Ilona's breathing out. That's good.
Thank God.
Yeah, that was a real risk there.
Yeah, but we went to like ant weddings. Who knows by now? Could be a baby army.
But the baby's crying, so like, what is happening with that army?
It's like bait, you know? And then they take
Yeah.
you from behind. Typical baby army.
Oh my god.
Don't go quite yet, Ashen. It won't take long. But after noticing that there's no baby army, does Illona intend to cross or remain on this side of the river? Above board, either answer is fine.
I remain until somebody calls for backup.
Sure. Then you hear a voice sort of behind you say, "You never were really good at following the group, were you?"
Nictelios?
What?
You turn back and you see Timbir right next to you. And
What?
No!
you say
I'm
out,
terrified.
you say out loud Nictelios, and he smiles and says, "Good guess, little child. I did want to
boy.
talk to you separately from everyone."
How did you get his body here?
Do you really think he was ever truly here? Timbeer the slave died a long time ago in a gutter somewhere.
Oh no.
What? So you what?
Never mind that little corpse puppet. I wanted to have a word with you. And I believe
No.
we ought to leave that word for next session.
Oh my god.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
Okay.
Just because it'll be a long one. That's why.
Right. Dude, that caught me off guard.
Yeah. Shit. That was well done.
It actually gave me the creeps. It was the Tim beer.
But yeah, above board, either by Illona remaining on this side of the shore or her getting separated in the forest, this more or less would have happened, if that's all right with everyone.
Alright.
Okay.
Cool.
No. Ashen, would you? Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Ashen, if you're going, can you please tell everyone where they may find you, what you do, etc., etc.?
Right on. I'm Ash, and you can find me on Instagram where I paint sometimes. And yeah, it was a good session. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Too. And yes, she does. She's great at it. Looking forward to the next one as well. Thank you very, very much, Ashen.
Good luck, guys. See ya.
See you
Good
later.
night.
Night,
See ya.
Ashen. Night, Ashen. So,
Holy shit.
I was wondering if this has anything to do with Muninn's reaction to this dude.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Basically,
Okay.
I'm fine with giving out this spoiler because it's been revealed. Acacius told Muninn, Acacius realized, shit, that's Nictelios. What the fuck is she doing here? And
Okay.
that's why Muninn appeared so agitated, because they were feeling Acacius' agitation, and Acacius was also saying, don't draw attention to yourself, she might kill you if you do.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Which is why I was so on and off, hot and cold with this.
Yeah, I wonder, when Timber was talking to Muninn, Muninn was just thinking, oh shit, what's going on? Or something.
Right. Yeah. Muninn was really confused. But yeah, oh my god. What a reveal! I can't believe it.
Yeah, shit.
Well,
That was freaky.
Deli knew about it already, but you know.
Yeah, I like how it turned out though. It's sick.
Going back to Anghel and Muninn in the forest, I think Acacius would tell you she's gone. Where is she gone? You will know who she is, even though she's not presenting as a she, so to say.
Okay, that makes sense. But I'm glad you clarified that, because Muninn probably would have said out loud gone, like something like that. So I'm glad that you clarified.
But he says that after you guys have made your way a little bit into the forest. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Muninn would say, Muninn would say, where do you think she went? What was the point of this?
I don't know. And this, you feel, because obviously you get an inkling of Acacius' feelings, you feel embarrassment and almost a sense of being humiliated.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's telling that, because usually Acacius is, from our conversations, he's willing to tell you, oh yeah, that guy's over there, or that person's over there. The fact that he has no idea where Nictelios is telling.
Yeah. I guess Muninn would be a little bit disturbed by that, and I feel maybe if Anghel was looking, Muninn still hasn't figured out how to do a good poker face yet, so Muninn looks distressed. I feel like Muninn, if they weren't the Oracle, Muninn would say you're supposed to know everything. What do you mean? What's going on? Why don't you know? But obviously, because they are the Oracle, I don't know how they would react.
You shouldn't Obviously, we'll continue this conversation even perhaps more than it's due while Show&Tell is BRB.
Okay.
My pronouncement, so to say, as the DM, you shouldn't oppose a cases outright, but you're allowed to ask questions.
Okay.
Actually, a cases encourages you to ask questions.
Okay. In that case, I suppose Moon would ask the same questions, just framed differently. So they would ask genuinely rather than out of like this
Panic and anger.
Yes. So they would say like, "How could this be? Like, this it cannot be, right?"
Akesis hesitates and says, "That bitch, she is darkness, she is concealment. Even I simply cannot read her. I cannot reach her. I can tell you perhaps where my sister is or where my uncles, my other half-siblings are, but she's the one I have never been able to tell." Akesis seems genuinely frightened.
And Timber is nowhere to be seen, right?
Correct.
Did I just say Timber?
Yeah, I was going to comment on that, but I said, fine, English accents, whatever.
Sorry. But yes, so they're nowhere to be seen. I guess, because obviously above what I know what happened, but should I roll a clever to guess?
You may.
Okay. Like, why are they nowhere to be seen all of a sudden? Because we've left Illona behind. That's kind of a coincidence. I got a 3, so.
Maybe there's the beginning of that idea in your mind.
Okay. I feel like Muninn might be a little bit concerned. But then I feel like this makes sense. I'm not doing this just for the story aspect of it. But then Muninn was probably
I'm also trying to prolong the conversation while we wait for Show&Tell.
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah. So Muninn would think like, oh, but we left Illona behind. Like, that's the only factor. Or there's a word for it.
You think the bitch went there?
Well, Akesius asked Muninn that.
Yeah.
Muninn might think that for a moment, and they would say like, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like
I did fear that she may have come to collect already. But her plan was for the wedding. Why now?
What? If Illona's in danger, we need to do something. We have to interfere.
I believe, dear Oracle, you will not be able to interfere. There's something coming. Above board, I'll reveal said something when Show&Tell gets back.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to think like it'd be interesting to see how. So if this was happening IRL, or if this was like a thing, I'd like to imagine how this would be actually playing out, if that makes sense. Because obviously, I guess Muninn would be, and Anghel might be walking or just like trying to travel towards the sound as Muninn is thinking this, and maybe that would trigger them to slow their pace. Maybe, obviously, we can, when Show&Tell is back, we can discuss how that would work, if that makes sense. But
sure. I will say, just like perhaps inform the general mood. The cries of the baby are still going on and getting closer, obviously, which it's unsettling just to begin with, especially since it's not just a baby crying. It seems like almost like it's a baby getting ripped apart by how intense the screaming is. So that's definitely, There's the darkness of the forest in general. The cover of the trees is preventing a lot of sunlight from coming down. There's obviously this whole situation that maybe Illona's in danger, and there's also Cassius's feelings like infiltrating Muninn's psyche sort of unintentionally, as Cassius is genuinely frightened of Nyctelios, and it shows. Well, it feels, I guess, would be the better term.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I will say I'm glad that you mentioned that the sound is getting closer, because there was a small part of me that was like, oh fuck, like what if the sound travels? So like we like, you know, in like a nightmare where it's like you're trying to get somewhere, but then it keeps like you're trying to open a door, but the hallway keeps getting longer and longer.
Well, may I get a careful from you?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It will not involve your eyesight.
Okay.
It does appear that the sound is getting closer.
Yes.
You're not like sure, because maybe you're right, and maybe the sound is moving, and you're just outpacing the moving. You're not sure if it's stationary or moving, but you're just faster, if that makes sense. Because you did mention that you were on a light run, so to say.
Okay. There was something else I was going to mention as well, because you made a good point about something that I can't remember. You said it was getting darker, so obviously that's not good. I can't remember what else it was. Oh, it's also interesting. So it sounds like a baby's being ripped apart or whatever. It's also interesting that. So obviously, if a baby was being brutalized or whatever.
Well, obviously, you don't hear the sounds of violence. It's just that this baby, it sounds so agitated. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm hungry, mommy, give me my bottle. It sounds like they're in a lot of pain.
Right. Okay, that's a good point. Because I feel like if they were...
Yeah, you don't hear, like, I don't know, bones being broken or whatever.
Yeah. So maybe something... Yeah, okay. I guess we'll see when we get there. But I was thinking, like, if they are actively being attacked, like, I wonder how long it would take to finish the baby off. Like, why is it crying for so long? Welcome back, Show&Tell.
Are we attacked by a baby right now?
No. No. Not yet. No.
Not yet. What is going on?
No. I was just saying Teeironor and I were discussing just the baby in general, and I was saying like it's interesting to see that the baby is crying for as long as it is, because my assumption was, oh, the baby is being attacked. How long would it realistically take to actually finish the baby off? Like the fact that it's being...
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Does that make sense? Like if it was crying because it was actively being hurt, like then they must be taking their time. But then there isn't any sounds of... Teeironor mentioned there isn't any sounds of like, I don't know, like
violence, like
an
bones
attack.
breaking
Yeah.
or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, interesting.
What else did you miss, Show&Tell, specifically? I think me and Dely, well, I was just sort of informing Dely that Muninn would feel very, very unsettled. And why?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Anything else specifically that she missed, Dely? Do you remember?
You rolled a clever or something.
Yeah. I rolled...
Oh, the clever was to deduce whether Timbir, aka Nyctelios, was with Illona. Not quite enough. And the second careful was to determine whether the baby was moving or not. Not quite enough either.
Yeah. I compared it to, like, you know, when you have a nightmare and you're trying to open a door, but the corridor keeps getting longer.
Mm-hmm.
IRL, I thought, like, oh damn, what if the baby's like that? Like, the baby's a trap because the sound keeps moving.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't... Muninn thought, like, oh, it doesn't sound like it's moving. It sounds like we're getting closer.
Okay.
But yeah.
Let's go then, I guess.
Well, something's gonna happen. We were waiting for you to come back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The like basically the in-character moment sort of stopped with Muninn. With I think Akessis informed them that I don't think you'll be able to go back to find out what's going on with Illona because something is coming.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
I think you, the two of you, well, plus your companions, have a moment to react if you so wish. Like before said something becomes apparent.
Okay, Anghel doesn't know that something's coming. Right?
Correct?
So I guess he's just like, goes, kind of charges in as much as,
Right.
like, if no one stops him.
I don't know if Muninn would, because I don't think they know. Well, I don't think they suspect. Hello. I don't think they suspect. Yeah, I don't think they suspect that the thing is where they're going to. So they would ask Akesius if that's allowed, or
What, to stop
they would-
Anghel?
no, they would ask like, oh, the thing that's coming. Like, what is that? What's coming?
Cassie
I
seems
don't know.
unsure.
Okay. So generally,
Which is disturbing in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on with the Cassius? He's broken.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I don't know if you were here. That's another thing, I guess. I don't know if you were here for that show and tell. Like we were saying, or Akesius was saying, like, he knows he knows almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nick.
And Nictelius, like, he didn't know where Nictelius went or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Like Nictelius is the only thing that that we know of, at least, that is like shadowed or whatever from Akesius's gaze, I guess, you know.
Well,
what I'm saying?
that's
Interesting.
as much as he has told you, at least.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I hope I described that properly. But yes, yeah.
So given the warning that something is coming, Muninn, do you like shout out a warning to Anghel or anything like that, or do you just allow him to charge on ahead?
Muninn probably would shout like Anghel, like, careful, we still don't know if this is a trap.
So Anghel kind of stops and looks back, I guess, because Muninn stopped, right? Or
they didn't stop. They were at least I don't think they did. They didn't stop. They did slow their pace for a second.
okay.
Just for caution's sake, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they would say, like, careful, like, don't run ahead. We can't be separated. I told you.
Anghel looks visibly frustrated, but I guess he does kind of slow down a little.
Yeah. Look, Anghel, we don't know what this could be more than what we think it is. Like, we need to exercise caution.
Coming from on ahead, one thing I mentioned, Show&Tell, while you were away is that the forest is thick and like the tree cover is preventing quite a bit of sunlight from coming in.
Also, it's very dark. We don't see well.
Not very dark because it's still day out, but it's dark enough, let's say.
Okay, it's dim.
Mm-hmm. Good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think as Muninn says that, also the baby's cries are still ongoing farther on ahead, but both of you hear from the direction that you are going in. Don't know if Discord picked that up.
There was a sound, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know what Discord picked up. Basically, a raspy voice groaning, let's say.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
As behind
Like
behind a tree, you see something kind of familiar, a shade pop up.
Oh, like a ghost?
Mm-hmm. It's translucent.
That's not good. I feel like if Anghel, like, Muninn would.
Oh,
sort
but
of-
weren't the shades working with the guesses before?
Oh,
Yes, but
Oh.
it's been said.
But
it's been said that this was not a Cassius, but
he asked a favor, right? From
yeah,
another god?
yeah.
Okay.
And Muninn,
Yes.
as you see that, bit of above board. This will sort of be once again NPCs talking. So I will go on for a bit of a while, but Show&Tell and Deli, feel free to speak up if you want. Okay? I mean,
Okay.
feel free to interrupt me if that makes sense.
Okay.
As you
That
see, as the two of you see this shade come from behind a tree and reach towards you guys, hovering, obviously very, very creepy. Muninn, suddenly you feel an intense heat come from within you, and you realize that you are not able to move your limbs or your mouth anymore as a Cassius takes over your body.
Oh my god!
Fuck.
Holy moly!
And go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
Anghel, as you stare down this shade, you hear Munin's unusually furious and determined voice behind you yell out, "Cousin, what are you doing here?" And this is in Munin's voice, but Muninn, you know that this is Cassius speaking. And Muninn, as Cassius speaks, it feels like you're on fire from the inside, and it feels like almost like fire is pushing its way through your vocal cords. It's
Oh
a
my God.
profoundly uncomfortable and unsettling experience. As also
damn.
you begin hovering.
Holy shit! Does this hurt? Because I mean, to me, I would say yes, obviously, but because this is a divine sort of thing.
Oh, it hurts like hell.
Okay.
It feels like you have fire inside of you, as I mentioned.
Yeah, I was thinking that would hurt, but then you said oh, it feels uncomfortable, and I was like, oh, would it though? Is it just annoying?
No.
But
You
yeah.
definitely feel uncomfortable in enormous pain, to say the least, as it's very, very obvious that your body is just not suited to carry an entire god inside of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could
damn.
yeah.
And when Cassius says, "Cousin, what are you doing here?" he moves your arm to point at the shade, but he moves it so fast that you dislocate your shoulder when he moves your arm, puppeting it around. But you can't do anything
Damn.
about it.
I guess
I was
he doesn't care about his tools. Like he just,
Of course he doesn't.
No.
I mean, he went to all those lengths to get Muninn. I mean, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Could
Munin's serviceable even with a dislocated shoulder.
Okay, sure.
Could I see? I don't know if I can, and probably not. But could I Is there? Would Muninn be allowed, so to speak, to try to escape this? When you have sleep paralysis and you're trying to get out of it. Would Muninn be capable of trying to break free? Does that make sense? As in a roll sort of situation?
Give
would it
me a forceful, but I'll tell you right now, even with a critical, it will not be enough to liberate you straight away.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I will do this. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Now, a -1. You not only do you fail, you feel like you have absolutely no control over yourself. Even your breathing is not done by you, but by Cassius forcing air into you.
Oh my god. By the way, before anyone watching this thinks that was unnecessary or whatever, I don't actually believe Muninn would be able to break free, but I feel like they would at least try. That's
Yeah,
why
no, it makes enough sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Okay, good.
So, what Cassius voiced is, "What are you doing here, cousin?" as he points at the shade. And the shade, almost similarly to what's happening to Muninn, it stops sort of being this dead, hovering, almost mindless person. And instead, its head, which had been lulling to the side, snaps straight. And it says in a clearly very damaged but clear voice. So this is your oracle, dear Acacius? The one you've been bragging about? Yes, this is my tool. Now what are you doing here, cousin? And again, Deli, whenever Acacius speaks, you feel almost as if fire is being forced through your vocal cords and out your mouth. And Anghel, if you were to look back, are there tiny flames coming from Muninn's mouth as they're hovering and speaking and their eyes are glowing white?
Jesus. Anghel is kind of taking a step away from all of this. Like he's
don't-
very, wow.
Oh
blame
no,
him.
oh no, don't leave yet, little prince, says the shade to you, turning its head to you.
Oh, fuck.
I
Anghel freezes in place.
apologize, says the shade, speaking through someone else's, someone else speaking through the shade. But, well, good Nictelius offered me a deal, and I'd like to keep you here for a bit while she has a conversation with your other friend.
Okay.
Old Muninn knew
What
it.
what game are you and Nictelius plotting? Says Acacius through you, and again Muninn. It hurts. It's extremely painful. And Acacius unfortunately has the habit of gesticulating with their hands, and because they're moving your hands, their hands, his hands through you so much at such fast speeds, he's injuring you.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I have this image of like maybe Muninn might be able to like. I'm pretty. Sorry, I can't speak. So I have this image of like maybe Muninn is like crying, like because I feel like
It's a lot
crying
of
is
pain.
such. Yeah, because I feel like crying is such a biological thing that like even. I mean, I don't know. Feel free to disagree. Teeironor. But I feel like Muninn would be crying, like maybe if Anghel would look, like because it's like a biological reaction almost, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the same thing, but then I thought, well, I don't want to put words in Deli's mouth, so I won't say that.
Yeah. I think that's quite haunting. I feel like all of this is happening, and all that Muninn can do is cry.
But
Oh my god. that's
Anghel,
horrible.
I'm not sure you may necessarily notice that Muninn's crying. Well, you probably notice like the wetness. Well, actually, not even that, for two reasons. One, first of all, Muninn's eyes are glowing white, making like the tears coming out seem like not as visible. And also, Muninn speaking is so warm that the tears are
They dry
dissolved.
out.
Yeah, they're drying out quite quickly.
Oh, damn.
Damn. I think I still I'm pretty sure that it looks really disturbing. So I guess
very.
like even like he can tell that Moon is in distress. I'm almost like wondering if Anghel would do something really rash, but I don't know what, like like try to punch Acacius out of Muninn or something.
Yeah.
That will go over well.
Yeah, I don't want to do it, but I don't know.
So, continuing the conversation between the deities, I haven't revealed the other deity's name, so I'll just say the Shade. The Shade says, "Oh, don't worry, Acacius. I know how dear this new tool is to you. I will not harm them if they behave. What about you, boy? Do you promise to stay here until Nictelius' business is done?" asking Anghel. And Acacius through Muninn says, "You do not get to give my tool orders."
Anghel signs save the baby.
Save the baby? Voice is always firstly horrified. Whom are you asking?
No, he's not asking. Anghel says like that's what he's here for. Like
Young fool, says the Shade. You truly believe there's a baby that needs saving? In a sense, There is a baby that needs saving, but that's not what's important, says Akesis through Muninn. Again, Deli hurts like hell.
Yeah,
What? What does he mean? Okay.
that is interesting. Muninn will be screaming in their head. Maybe, I don't know.
It hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And,
They have no mouth, but they must scream.
And yeah, exactly. It is not just that, but you obviously feel all the physical pain that your body's going through, but it feels like it's not your body at the moment.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, in the sense that you have absolutely no control over any of your movements, any of what your body's doing.
Right, okay.
And the shade says, rushing ahead will not get you closer to the infant. Well, it might alleviate the suffering of the villagers, but that's a different story. Anyway, for now, I need you to stay here, and I'm prepared to keep you here, says the shade to you, Anghel. Be honored that you're speaking directly to a god. If Akesis hadn't shown up, you'd just be facing this shade.
Good point.
I guess.
I guess, like, whatever.
Whatever, says voice thirsty, voicing Angel's hand movements, I imagine.
I mean, I don't know if he actually like signed it, but he kind of looks it, like
If you
shrugs
didn't, then always thirsty would not say it. My bad.
Okay. It's just the general vibe that Anghel is giving off. Like, couldn't care less.
What has she promised you? Voices Akesis through Muninn. Why are you aiding her? Well, do you really want me to say it out loud in the presence of these mortals? After all, you also offered me something when I aided you. That's unrelated, cousin. Regardless, I have been paid, and I'm willing to aid our aunt, referring to Nictelios. So, do stay put, will you? Fine, says Akesis through Muninn. My oracle will stay put. And Akesis through Muninn asks Anghel, what about you, Prince? Anghel, you get the feeling that it's not Muninn that's talking to you. Well, if it weren't obvious.
Yeah. Anghel kind of recoils. But he maybe he signs, why can't I go save the baby?
Because there's no baby to save, not really, says the shade. And the Casey says, no, there is a baby to be saved. Damn, these local beliefs are so infuriating. And Muninn, you would feel Akesis' genuine anger, because above board, Akesis is a protector of children, and he does not want children to suffer.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Wait, so is it? I don't know if Anghel would get this, but this is like a like a myth or something taking life, like.
It seems very likely that it's a myth taking life. As to which myth, I would require probably I think a clever or careful from you.
A careful? Okay, let's go for a careful.
Careful is remembering, clever is connecting the dots.
Yeah, Anghel can't connect dots to save his life. I guess he can't remember either.
Yeah, seems so.
Okay.
With a 1. Anyway, the shade says, you know as well as I do, Akesis, that this baby can wait and it's not really in danger. No, but it was in danger, and it ought to be put to rest sooner rather than later.
Oh no, put to rest. As in...
And the shade says, it doesn't matter if it gets put to rest now or later. It's just the villagers that are suffering anyway. True, they don't matter, but...
Could I, for story's sake or narrative's sake, could I roll another forceful to try and escape this hell?
You may, but again, very, very difficult roll made worse by your previous bad roll.
Okay, we're gonna do it. I did it. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, it's better than your average forceful, but it's nowhere near enough to escape this. Also, given the fact that you got a -1 last time, for the moment you get the feeling, oh, maybe I'm able to move my pinky finger. No, Cassius just moved your arm again, and it feels like your bones are flying the way he's recklessly using your body.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm mostly doing this for narrative because obviously it won't amount to anything. I don't think. Does Muninn have enough agency to be screaming almost at Cassius and being like
in your mind, you mean?
Yeah. Like they're not screaming at them.
Well,
they're
begin your screaming, and we'll go with it. We'll go through it one step at a time.
No, just kidding. So they are. So obviously, I imagine this whole time they must have been screaming in their head because they want to scream in real life, but they can't.
Oh,
so
screaming in pain. Yeah, sure. Cassius would allow that.
In pain, but then they would direct it towards Cassius almost to be like, "Ouch, you're hurting me," like that kind of thing.
Be still, puppet.
Oh god.
Okay, I guess they would be still.
Mm,
I didn't think anything would come of that, but still, they would still do it.
It still hurts just as much, if not more, because now you're also feeling mental pressure to shut up.
Yes.
So, as the two deities are sort of bickering, the Shade says, "Anyway, turning to Anghel, I will not allow you to proceed further until good Nictelios is done."
Anghel. Okay, Angel's confused because I am a little confused.
If you have any above board questions, feel free to ask if there's anything unclear.
Like, I mean, I don't know if it's exactly above board. It could be that Anghel is actually asking this, but like, why can't he go save the villagers while Nictelios is doing whatever shit she's doing? Like, why is it connected?
Do you want to ask that?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I have no guarantee that you won't go back to Illona. Just for safety's sake, and because I don't trust you, stay put. It won't take... Well, it shouldn't at least take too long. She just wants to have a nice chat with your friend.
Anghel starts pacing in place. Like, he doesn't like this, but he's a little
Well, also she may be facing the ghosts of her past come to literal life because of my aid.
Oh, fuck. Anghel looks
Small
at him
spoiler
like...
for next session, I guess.
Yeah. Damn.
It's okay, Ashen's not here. It will be news for her.
Cool. Anghel kind of, looks, like, stares at the shade.
Stares back.
Like...
I think you will notice...
Is it going to hurt her? He asks.
Probably. If by it you mean Nictelios.
Yeah.
Don't say her name so casually, says Cassius for Muninn.
Like, I mean, he meant the ghost of her past, but whatever. Yeah.
I think both of you will notice, well, as much as Muninn may notice things while they're going through what they're going through. Because again, this other deity has taken control of this shade and like forced it upright. It's very, very obvious that it's doing similar damage to the shade that Cassius is doing to Muninn, as you see like hints of broken bone from its head being forced to stay upright, for instance.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Wow, Anghel is so how do you say it? Like,
Over it?
yeah, like so tired of dealing with stupid gods. Like he's, like especially here when he like every single person pretty much is like Muninn is suffering from a god. Illona is dealing with a god.
Mhm.
This shade
yeah.
is dealing with a god, and they like obviously no one cares. Like,
To be fair, the shade is almost certainly beyond your help.
yeah, obviously, but it's just like this this
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like staring him in the face, and he can't do anything about it, and he's like he's just getting really frustrated, like more. Anyways.
If you want to know what the NPCs are doing, all 4 of your posse members are hiding behind you because this shit freaky.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe except I guess your horse. Your horse is probably the bravest one here.
Anghel is actually like I don't even know if like contemplating is the right word because like I almost feel like he would want to do something, but also at the same time that it would be really stupid. I don't know what he can do.
Here's something to
He wants to punch something. Okay.
I think the shade will say, here's something to make an easier decision for you as it snaps its fingers. I don't know if Discord picked that up. And from behind the trees, more shades appear, penning you guys in.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness.
These ones are not like being possessed by this other deity, so they're just acting like quote unquote normal shades, but they are clearly like penning you guys in so that you don't move. A kisses through Muninn says, "You think to give me orders, cousin? No, think of it as just a request and the easiest way for this not to turn bloody." A kisses through Muninn looks at you, Anghel, and says, "What do you want to do, little mortal?"
Wants.
What?
Anghel wants to. I don't know. He wants to do something.
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah.
though.
That's understandable. I feel like in any
Like,
other scenario. Sorry.
Go ahead.
In any Jesus. In any other scenario, I feel like Muninn would want to help Illona, obviously, but like
Yeah.
at the moment they can't stop screaming. But
Yeah. God.
Can Anghel take on?
I don't think so. That's what I'm thinking. Like I feel like Anghel would try to do something against them, but like and that's like I mean, this shade and wow.
Do you want
I don't know.
to careful to like estimate your chances if you want to go violent?
Yeah, let's go.
Sure. Give me a careful, please.
Sicko mode.
I mean, if Muninn, you're not sure if Muninn can or would help you in this situation. You're uneasy about your companions. There's not just shades in front of you, but another literal deity. Maybe you can take them on, maybe not. You're not sure.
I feel like the only other direction that this could go, if Anghel doesn't do something like physical right now, then he would just start carving wood.
Oh.
Because it's just too much for him. Like he would just kind of, blank out of the conversation at some point if it doesn't go anywhere. Like, I don't know.
Well, I like that idea. So how about I compel you, Show&Tell? Your anxious carved wood to calm down, I think was the name of your aspect. How about I
Yes.
compel you to do precisely that?
Let's go.
Okay. Here's another shiny fate point that you may use whenever.
Yay!
Because it will stick around for the next session too, because it's beyond your maximum. Anyway, yeah. You feel compelled to relent and just begin carving wood.
Bless Anghel. That's actually quite sad.
It is. We're all very sad right now. I
Yeah.
think we hit our rock bottom.
It's-
Maybe not rock bottom, but
Yeah, this is a bad time.
like it's even like it's kind of not even the same as when Anghel was dying, kind of. Because I mean, here we can't even do anything. Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. At least when Anghel was dying, yeah, you're right. We were trying to save him.
Yeah.
But there's not even anything we can do to save Illona right now.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is this is a hell. This is a hell that we're experiencing right now.
Totally.
So does Anghel begin carving wood?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Also, I have one less fate point than said steady because it's just the two of you. Anyway, as Anghel seems to relent, the like tension in the air eases as the shades like take quote unquote steps behind you, which is not the right word because they're hovering, but they take steps behind you to indicate that they will not resort to violence, so to say.
They drift away.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Thank you. Yeah. Cassius turns Munin's head back to head shade. No pun intended. Again, way too fast, Muninn. It almost feels like there's something broken in your neck now.
Oh my god.
And Cassius through Muninn says, "Keep your word, then." And the head shade says, "Worry not, cousin. I seek no trouble from you. You know that. I do look forward to doing business with you in the future, though." Cassius grumbles and relinquishes his hold on Muninn. Muninn, you fall to the ground. I imagine because of the sheer pain, you're unable to stop your fall.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It's a really good thing that Anghel can heal people.
Yeah, good thing that. Oh, I have this. Sorry, it's actually going to make me cry because I have this horrible image of like Anghel. I mean, you could probably do it if you want to. Muninn falls to the ground and Anghel tries to heal them, and then he can't do it because he's like, "Oh, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working?"
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know how it would go, but
That makes me cry IRL. But
Aw.
I would say, Deli, Muninn is conscious, just in a lot of pain, and it feels like obviously the fire inside of you has gone out, but it feels like there's burns around your mouth as well. In addition to everything that's been happening with your dislocated arm, your like juggled around bones, and if you were to speak, your voice would feel very raspy.
Okay, I guess in a raspy voice, like I feel like the minute that Cassius, sorry, my brain's slow. I feel like the minute that Cassius relinquishes control, Muninn would probably immediately start screaming, right? If they're still in pain, especially. And then as they fall to the ground, they hit the ground and they are almost completely immobile. It would look like, because they don't even move. If you know what I'm saying, they're just like, however they fell, that's how they would be, like position wise, as they like scream. I wouldn't. I was tempted to do it, but obviously I don't want to burst in the eardrums. So, yeah, they'd just be screaming until the pain subsides, which might not happen for a while, because that sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
You'll get
Can
used to
Anghel,
it eventually,
like-
little mortal, says the shade.
Ugh.
You'll get used to it. Okay. By the compel, Anghel can't stop carving wood.
I feel like the situation is because the reason Anghel's carving wood is because he's anxious, not because there's nothing else to do, if that makes sense. So your anxiety overwhelms you for now to the point that you have to carve wood. That, however, you may continue to speak, well, quote unquote speak. It's just that carving wood will be the main thing that you do.
Yeah.
How can he speak if he's covered? Okay, never mind.
Like
If he's covered in wood with his hands.
pause for a second, gesticulate, but main thing you're
Okay, I
doing is
get it.
carving wood. Yeah,
Yeah, I was just thinking that, does he rush to a moon inside or not? Like,
probably
that's
not.
what I'm wondering.
Per the compel.
Okay.
Sorry to say.
Savage.
Well, at least the scene that Deli kind of thought up wouldn't happen for now, at least.
Good. Yeah. After a while, though, I imagine after a while, once the pain subsides, or maybe when the adrenaline kicks in, or when the shock kicks in, or whatever happens first, Muninn would probably stop screaming, and instead is just laying there in shock, and is just like almost like the breath has been taken from them, and they are just like laying there. They might shuffle into like the fetal position, maybe, but that's it.
It's a very painful experience.
Yeah.
My God.
The head shade, almost paying no mind to Muninn's suffering, says, "Well, now that we are going to spend some time together, you mortals are in the presence of a deity, and would you like to chat?"
No. I guess
Fuck
Muninn.
you.
Yeah, fuck you. Muninn would stick their middle finger out.
I mean, she's not the one who made Muninn suffer.
Yeah.
But
Muninn
he obviously doesn't care.
Right.
He's just there like, oh, do you want to talk now that you're half dead? Thank you. Like, what the hell?
Also, if Muninn begins the motion of flipping her the finger, Cassius would stop it and say, "Don't be rude to my cousin."
Okay. I guess Muninn would ask. Muninn may muster a question to both, I guess, as an open question to both the Cassius and the cousin, because I don't think we know this yet. Muninn might ask, like, "Who are you?"
Oh, how far this generation of mortals has fallen. This is the Shade speaking.
Yeah.
You are speaking to Apotropia, the deity of magic. I'll type that in chat.
Oh.
Is it a man? I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, Muninn's non-binary, but Cassius is male. But Cassius was speaking through Muninn's voice. You couldn't tell Cassius' gender from Muninn, so who knows?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I get. Okay.
You can
I was asking about.
You can ask this person if it's male or female or whatever.
No, I was just wondering because the name kind of sounds. Because I'm not sure. Like the name sounds like. I don't know.
Muninn may roll be clever if they want to remember this person entity's gender.
Oh,
it's not that important. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I'd like to know though too. Would this be?
It would require a learned mind.
Okay, I got a 5.
Female.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So, what did you say she was the deity of? Sorry.
Magic.
Deity of magic. Holy moly. Okay.
Though obviously, given the fact that magic's been going on all around you, it's almost certainly like a specific type of magic, not just
yeah.
magic.
She seems to favor raising the dead. I don't know.
Ooh.
If that's like
potentially necromancer. Is what I'm writing. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that. I would. No, I want to get Muninn to ask, "Oh, what kind of magic?" But obviously, Muninn's in so much pain that even asking "Who are you?" was probably too much. I feel.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a cop out, but I feel like it just makes sense narratively. I feel.
Yeah, it's like a confusing situation because we're like both.
Yeah, we're
really
so
affected.
Yeah, we're so incapacitated.
And it's like, I mean, but we have this god here.
Yeah.
Above board, I think Illona and Nictelios will be done, for lack of a better term, when the session ends. So you sort of have until the end of this session to chat up with this god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muninn, sorry, I can't remember if this was asked or not. I don't think it was. Muninn would ask, like, what do you want with her? Actually, no, that's sort of been answered by Kes. I don't know how much I can say. I feel like Muninn would already know that, basically.
This is not Nictelios. Kessis hasn't told you much about Apotropia, if at all.
Right. True.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, all we know is that she got something
Right.
from Nictelios, but we don't know what it is.
I guess, yeah, Muninn would ask that. Maybe Muninn would really try and muster something out and say, why are you doing this? Or what do you get out of this? Obviously, Muninn wouldn't say it like that, but still.
Why am I doing this? Because I was paid. Have I not made that clear?
What could be worth this? Like, what was...
A mortal cannot comprehend the workings of gods. Don't even bother asking.
Muninn might think in their head, because thinking is easier. Not... only slightly. Because all they can think about is like, holy shit, this hurts. But they might think in that. They might think in their head to Orchesius, like, can you explain what she is doing, or like why she's doing this to me?
She's not doing anything other than keeping you here. But
Or to us, sorry. But yeah,
she's explained. She has been paid. This isn't a hard concept to grasp.
sorry, I keep maybe it's because Muninn is in so much
It
pain.
makes sense that their thoughts would be muddled.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I guess the question really is, what is the currency that she gets paid with? But like, whatever.
Yeah.
So Muninn rephrases that question as like, oh, what is she getting? Like, sorry, what has she been paid with? Sorry, I nearly did it again. What has she been paid with?
How should I know?
Okay.
It's a deal with. She's made a deal with an entity that's shadow and chaos.
Yeah, makes sense, I guess.
Maybe Muninn can ask, like, I'm just above board suggesting, like, what Akisius paid her with before.
That's a good point. Yeah, Muninn would ask that. So what did yeah, like you said, what did you pay her? Like maybe it's something similar before.
To get like a sense of what she what it could be.
Like what is your currency?
A promise. I will not elaborate and do not bother asking.
Muninn wouldn't ask. Is there any way out of this? Maybe Muninn would ask. There isn't, is there?
I'm as eager to help the infant as you are, misinterpreting what you're asking, but it will be safest to stay put for now. But Akesius does feel frustrated.
Yeah.
Join the club.
Yeah. Muninn may ask out of desperation, but they probably already know the answer to this because it does seem really unlikely. And above board, I know it's probably impossible. But Muninn would ask, can you send someone to help her? And...
Illona, you mean?
Yes, yeah.
I can, but I will not.
Muninn...
Illona is... Akesius size... claimed, apparently. And just as I claimed you thousands of years ago, I'd rather not trifle with this deity's claim, with Nictelios' claims.
I don't know if...
No, you did not know that you were quote-unquote claimed thousands of years ago.
Well, yeah, what the hell? What does that mean? What? Maybe Moon would ask, what does that mean?
It will be too long of a story to tell. You'll figure it out in time.
Holy moly! I'm really.
In case he
interested.
seems bored, like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy info though. But anyway, I need to write that down honestly.
Or read a
Yeah.
novel, quote unquote.
Yeah. I was just thinking that I suddenly realized like there's a stun that I never use of Angel's, but I wonder if I should, like the one where no one notices him. Let me take a look at that again.
I think,
is-
hypothetically, obviously you may use it, but I think it would be too late to help Illona, if that makes sense. If that's what your intention.
I don't know if, like, yeah, I don't know if we should help her. Like, I don't know what's going on, honestly. But like, I was thinking either that or going to save, the villagers or something. But
Well, actually, you can't really use it because you've been compelled to sit down and carve wood
Yeah.
until she goes.
yeah, I was also
yeah.
thinking if that.
Yeah,
that's
makes
too-
sense.
Oh well, I tried.
I'm sorry. If it weren't for the compel, my answer would be yeah, go for it. But the compel stands.
Yeah, I should have thought of that before. It's just really sad that I never used this,
Oh.
stun because it's kind of cool.
It is cool. I feel like it is a cool stunt.
Like, I mean, I always feel like I'm a little like cheating a little when I use stuns. So
I
I'm
mean,
like, shouldn't.
they're meant to be. A DM I know described them as your Star Wars moment, but they meant like your moment to do something cool, improbable to save the day. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should just keep it in mind and maybe use it more often. Like,
Yeah. I think Apotropia would ask Muninn, so what possessed you to give yourself up to Arceus so easily? Idle curiosity, if you don't mind. Arceus tells you, Muninn, that you may answer more or less freely as long as you don't paint him in a bad light, because Angel's also listening.
Okay. Muninn is expected as much, but not like in a bad way. And Muninn would say, or they would try their best to say, I am a scholar and the god of knowledge would know more than I can ever know.
I suppose you would. You're right there. So is it worth it? You have to say yes.
Yes.
I wonder how much of that is you speaking, she says.
Holy moly.
Convince her you're genuine, says Arceus to you.
Muninn would nod. Slowly, very robotically almost. Or maybe not actually, because they're trying to be convincing. So Muninn would be nodding and say, I have known more now than I would ever know in 1,000 lifetimes. And that has been all I have ever wanted for as long as I can remember.
Fair, I suppose. Well, knowledge isn't something I could have really offered you, but if you are after simple magical power, you would have been better off coming to me rather than my cousin.
Damn it. Knowledge is power.
In a manner of speaking, I suppose Arceus does keep saying that whenever we talk. You'd be surprised how often he keeps repeating that saying every single time we talk. Not that we talk often, we've never been particularly close, but you know. It's funny how casual this is.
Are we surprised? I'm very surprised.
I don't know. Wait, surprised about what? Sorry, I blanked.
About the fact that Cassius keeps using that phrase.
Oh, what? Are we surprised that Kessie say that he says knowledge is power a lot?
Yeah.
No. Wait, why would we be surprised, right?
That's what the Apotropia said. I don't know.
Oh,
You'd be surprised how often he uses it.
The emphasis
Sure.
on how often.
Okay.
oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I guess Muninn would ask, like, how many follow you?
Not many. Well, obviously not anymore.
Hmm.
Back in the day, well, I wasn't the most popular goddess, but whenever the dead began to walk and people needed help, they'd come to me. I was more of one of the gods that you like to keep away, if that makes sense.
Definitely a necromancer. I guess.
And no, my domain is not simply necromancy, if that's what you're wondering.
Ah, okay.
I dabble in curses a lot, if you must know.
Oh, curses. We've known of those. You had some experience.
Yeah, we have a few witches here and there that we've spoken to.
Do you say that?
Not quite that like that, I suppose. I guess Muninn would say that, like, oh, we've something along the lines of we've encountered witches that have used curses, like, before.
They're not my followers. Not really, not directly. They do not know my name, though they follow some of my arts. I still think that would be a fair way to say. She's like twiddling her thumbs. And,
oh, really?
Well, they don't know they don't know they are. They've kept traditions passed on to them from parent to child for thousands of years, and they don't even remember where they came from.
I see.
That sucks. For you, maybe.
But yes, it does, because worship is powerful. But yeah, But she's not. But like even this like sort of passive worship is better than nothing. She says.
I have something in my head. I don't know how to say it. Muninn would say something like, that's probably why. So like, Acacius is the god of knowledge, and being written on a page or scrolls or whatever, that's got to keep your legacy more intact, if that makes sense, because there's like written evidence. Like, word of mouth is unreliable, is what Muninn is trying to say, right? So it's like, oh yeah, like Acacius is great because he doesn't rely on word of mouth.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Most of my followers were, outcasts who wouldn't have their books published in libraries,
Well,
mildly offended.
Yeah.
Not that there's really anything wrong with what I'm doing. It's just that she says, for whatever reason, oh no, my uncle has come back from the grave. Damn you, Apotropia. How is that a reason to condemn worship of me?
I guess Muninn would say, like, sometimes people don't really, and I'm sorry, I'm not like saying it in an RP kind of way, but like it's like sometimes people can reject things that they're afraid of.
I know, and you're perfectly right. She points the finger at you, and obviously the shade's finger snaps off because of the force.
Oh, fuck.
That's horrible.
What the hell? Jesus.
Apotropia does not seem to notice as she continues. You're entirely right. Witchcraft does not have to be evil, and it's not evil, it's just witchcraft. But, I don't know. Oh, a pox has fallen on my herd because my former lover was feeling incensed and prayed to me that day. That means I have to go and kill the local witch. Like, what kind of thinking is that? Regressives, I tell you. All mortals are such regressives. Not just now, but for thousands of years they've been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think expanding on what Muninn would say or had said earlier, Muninn might say something like, so Muninn said earlier, like, oh, people reject what they're afraid of. So Muninn would say, like, oh, people are less fearful of what they understand. So
I'm not that hard to understand.
Yeah. So
what's different from worshipping me and using my magic to using the magic of a Cassius? Just because my spells involve ingredients and sometimes grave robbing, going into marshes to collect ingredients. It's just because the process to cast my spells are a bit more aesthetically displeasing does not mean that it's in any way different.
Yeah. Sure.
You agree, don't you? Asks Anghel. You have a witch in your village, don't you? You know, I think at one point there was someone who wanted to ask your witch if she could make your family's child mute.
What?
But
you just gonna drop that?
but they never went through with it. I don't think, at least.
What? What the fuck are you supposed to do with that? He just stares at her like, what the?
I mean, I can tell you their names if you want revenge. Well, not that it will help you much.
Anghel, can he look interested without actually saying, like, what's the name? Kind of, like,
yeah, but
can he look mildly interested?
Body language and expressions are a thing, yeah.
Okay, then he does.
I'm not usually in the habit of revealing such things as, confidentiality policy and all that. She's using words that you don't quite understand, Anghel.
Okay.
Well, above board, give me a second because I need to check on the specific name of that individual.
But I don't understand, like, above board. Like, she said he didn't go through with it.
She basically said there was someone who had a grudge against your family and they wanted to ask the local witch, hey, can you make that family's child mute? But for whatever reason, they backed off at the last moment.
But it happened anyway. So, like, what is Anghel supposed to do with that? Like, they didn't actually go through with it?
Well, a bit of above board. Show&Tell, we've talked previously in private about what may be the cause of Anghel's...
Yeah, I don't remember anymore.
TLDR, we established that one of the options I proposed was maybe it's witchcraft, but you said no, it's probably not witchcraft. And okay. I'm just sort of playing into that, like, oh, someone thought about cursing you, but they didn't in the end.
Okay.
Oh.
So it didn't actually happen.
So they did, yeah. Okay. So Anghel, fine. I guess he's still curious, but he's not going to do anything about it, probably. Unless it's someone he knows well. I don't know.
Well, above board, it would almost certainly be someone from your local village.
The village, yeah.
Which, again,
but like someone...
there are people who've only showed up in, like, the first 3 sessions, so your emotional attachment to them may be distant, to say the least.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, like, for Anghel, if it's, like, someone that he was close with. Or something, I don't know.
It's such a shame how Apotropia continues. Such a shame how friendships between families can result in curses so easily. Well, not as if it were my fault. So it's either a present or former family friend.
Okay.
They were
So she.
they were jealous that your family had the best land.
Oh, okay.
If you remember the events of the first session, you would know who talked about your
Yeah,
family's
is
land.
it the one that tried to buy the farm? There was a guy, right?
More like pestered you to sell it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
I
god!
remember that guy. Okay, nice to know that he was... I mean, it's really funny, though, that you thought about doing that, and then they had a baby who was born mute, even though he didn't do it.
I think above Show&Tell we've established that Anghel was not born mute.
Okay, I really don't remember. I really need to look at that. But anyway, that it happened anyway. Like, it's funny. Kind of on the nose, kind of.
It's probably, I think, above board, because I above board don't know this for sure. I'm sort of like brainstorming. I imagine they were going to curse you, but then you became mute anyway.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Yeah, we didn't like that guy anyway, so fuck him. Fine. Like, at some point, I think Anghel was like, whatever, because she started gossiping, kind of like, oh, yeah, blah, blah. Like, whatever. He doesn't care.
Sure. She then turns to Muninn and says, well, even though you're the Oracle of Acacius, I'm still open for business with you. Do you want to put a curse on,
She's such a lovely specimen.
Muninn would be confused at first, but then I think they would get who.
I don't know if we're on the same page, Deli. Above board.
I don't know if we.
So she'll clarify. The one who broke your heart. Lots of curses come from that.
I did think that's who you were talking about. Muninn would shake their head, very, very slowly.
That was the woman that we heard about, right?
Yep.
It was. I'm glad you remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I remember that we heard some juicy stuff.
Yeah. It was. I'm pretty sure it was old, but I don't mind saying it anyway. I don't. I need to double check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Lydia. Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have a last name. Funny enough.
No, we did establish a last name for her, but
oh really?
I don't believe we've said it out loud, so I guess let's leave it at that for now.
Okay, I will have to ask you.
Well, you remember we asked Ashen's input because she knows a bit of German.
Yeah, I do remember that conversation. I just can't remember what it was because I didn't write it down. I'll ask you later.
It's in our
chat. Isn't it embarrassing to not remember details about your own life?
Yeah.
Sorry, it just happened to me too.
Very.
Oh, right. Anghel was, sure.
Apotropia will continue gossiping. She's broken many hearts ever since what happened with you. So, shrugs. I'm quite a few.
You're not alone.
Quite a few people have tried to curse her if you want the truth, but they were quite frankly inept at it, so not much came from them, from those curses. I mean,
Muninn would ask, "Could I curse the people that try to curse her?"
Damn.
Yes, but there's a lot of them.
Muninn would ask Acacius if that's okay.
As long as it doesn't interfere with your duties or your own debt to me, he says to you.
Okay. In that case, Muninn would ask, almost without hesitation, really. Muninn would ask, name your price. Ask.
Angel's like side-eyeing them, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Okay.
Well, this is the part that is messed up. And Akesi says, you really shouldn't have said that. She... what you're paying her, you could have paid me. And she says, well, I'm quite fond of dogs myself. The younger the better.
The younger the better, really.
Yay, you're going to kill puppies now.
Yeah.
You can understand why worship of her wasn't very popular.
I mean, I could understand even before, to be honest.
Understandable. I think Muninn would, although Muninn was so without hesitation before, I think they would probably reconsider and they would say,
It's
I will.
really not very different from the wolves that Cassius asks of you, you know? It's just, you know, a city wolf. Or a village wolf, I guess.
A city wolf. I think Muninn would shake their heads regardless and they would say, if they're allowed to say it, they would say, I already owe debts.
You're allowed.
That okay. So Muninn would say, I already owe debts that I need to pay. I think for now I need to. There's probably a term for it, but Muninn would say, I need to cash them in first, or I need to pay them first. You know.
Fair enough. She says, continuing to twiddle her fingers. Another one snaps off. She mouths a oops and continues. Well, if you ever change your mind, you know how to reach out to me, as long as obviously my dear cousin allows you.
We do. We know how to reach out to her.
I mean, the same way you'd reach out to any other deity.
Yeah.
Oh, just kind of talk to her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if you offer a sacrifice first, that'll go a long way.
Yeah. We'll keep that in mind. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you? Asks Anghel. How about, Dan, who used to bully you when you were younger? I threw out a random name.
Yeah. It's like, no, thank you. He kind of goes back to carving wood, like, but more like in blatant kind of like ignoring you. Stop.
Like looking at your phone while someone's talking or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Says, suit yourself. Well, I believe Nyctelios is almost done. Cassius feels angry inside of you, Muninn, and says, quit saying her name. But obviously Apotropia does not hear that, and says, well, it was fun chatting with you. Any parting words?
Let's hope we don't ever meet you again. Bye.
Do you convey that and... Yeah?
No.
Okay.
No, he just thinks it.
Sorry, I didn't realize. Muninn would probably not have any parting words. I would like for them to, but I don't think they have. You know?
Sure. And Apotropia says, until next time, little oracle, and you little prince. She hesitates. And the shade goes like... Because again, its head was standing upright, and now it goes limp as its head falls to the ground from its neck being broken.
My God.
And in a couple seconds, given the fact that they're no longer needed, but all of the shades are dispelled. And the two of you are, well, not alone, because Anghel has 4 people with him, but are quote-unquote alone in the forest.
Yeah.
I feel like what can we even do in this situation?
Can Muninn even move?
No. I feel like they
Also,
might.
I don't know how long. What?
What were you gonna say?
Just that I don't know how long the compel is like active for.
Done. It's done.
Okay. So now the question is if we go for Illona or the village people, or if
And
we split up, or
we
if I don't know.
and we probably ought to answer that question next time, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Thoughts on today's session?
Damn.
Yeah. Do you know what? A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff happening, I think. Obviously the Nick Telios thing with Illona, that was insane. I don't want to say Timber. What was it?
Timbier.
Timbier, yeah. Timbier turning out to be like a bad guy all along.
Oh, you knew that from the start, Deli.
Of this
I
episode.
mean, he was a bad guy. Like he was just Nick Telios. I mean.
Yeah, but I didn't know that last episode though. If I'm allowed to say that.
Bob Board, because that's not who he was supposed to be last episode. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You guys probably know why I made that change, but I've not revealed yet.
Yeah, fair enough. But even though I knew it from the beginning, like it was awesome to see the reveal. You know. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I suspected it. Like, we knew something. Like, not suspected it. Like, obviously, it was a shock. But like, we knew something was off with Timbier because of Muninn's weird reaction, right?
Yes.
But we didn't know what it was.
The fun thing is, Muninn reacted weirdly, but I was constantly messaging Muninn, "Stop reacting weirdly. You're attracting suspicion."
Yeah.
I felt like a lot was going on there behind the scenes.
Yeah,
It was fun, though.
Yeah. The messaging and stuff, and the messaging and stuff is getting easier. Not to say that it was like a pain in the ass before. I'm just saying like it was hard to like know how to act with them. Does that make sense? Like I can almost anticipate better now, like what Akesius might tell me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
In a certain situation.
Yeah.
And it's a fun mechanic because I'm like, oh, you know, like.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
going on there.
that's literally what it's like. Because I see, Teeironor is typing. I'm like, I know what's going on. So I'm gonna be told to shut up in a minute, or I might be told to do something else. I don't know. It's cool as hell. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool that someone like gets to know stuff that others don't.
Yes.
Also, it was interesting to kind of have like Muninn experience for the first time what it means to be, like not. I mean, like to this degree, what it means to be a tool. Like, it's the first time that they were possessed like this.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like it, like. No, I mean I don't even have any words for it. I feel like I couldn't put it better myself. Like, yeah, it was insane to see how like it's almost like body horror, like horrifying. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, holy shit. Nearly having my neck broken or Muninn's neck broken, like completely. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of scary.
I think I mentioned that the previous Oracle shows up a lot in the novel trademark. And just as an example, from a certain point on, she always wears a face mask because her mouth is disfigured from burns.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible the way she's described in the novel, so.
Yeah.
I wish you the best.
Yeah, me
Thank you.
too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like
Oh.
Anghel is I mean Anghel couldn't do anything. Like it was just so all this like faced with like just kind of the helplessness and the fact that the gods could do whatever they want and like all at once three gods together kind of
Mm-hmm.
showing off that they don't give a shit.
Yeah,
It
100%.
was yeah.
Yeah, it felt really hopeless this session. Not like the session itself, but obviously the characters are in such a hopeless situation. I feel,
Yeah.
which is like, I'm trying to find a better way of describing it. Without just saying, oh, it's so interesting to watch. But it is. It just is so like all the tension is rising,
Yeah,
And
it's like a different kind of conflict in a way. Because I was like thinking like, oh, Angel would feel very frustrated. He should like act on it. But I also know at the same time that it would be kind of stupid, like to
Right.
face off against it. Like, so I was like, so the compel kind of saved, because I was like thinking like, okay, should I just like give up and stuff? So yeah, we went that way.
Right.
But it's really.
I feel like this is. I feel like we. Depends on who you ask. Maybe the people in New Spring would disagree, but I feel like.
What?
I feel like we don't really give up like that easily, like so quickly, very often. Maybe that's not true.
Yeah, they would
Maybe
really
that's not true.
disagree.
No, with that caveat, that was too like I mean it feels to me like we try hard after we mess up really badly and then we're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Or at least like I feels guilty and then it's like, okay, I'll do better.
Yeah, we usually try first at least, even if it doesn't go well.
Yeah.
But this time we didn't even try. We were just like, "Yep, this is
Yeah,
fucked."
exactly. Here we're just like whatever.
You guys have prevented plenty of bad stuff happening. You've also caused some bad stuff happening by inaction, but you've also prevented a lot of it.
It's good to hear.
Yay. The problem with that is that people don't know, or well, maybe they do. Like I don't remember all the instances that we saved people, but like when you prevent something from happening, sometimes people don't realize what would have happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So all they know is the bad things that you let happen, kind of, because they
Well,
happened.
Then it's a good thing that you have two very eager heralds who will certainly advertise all of.
No, that's not what I meant. Oh my god.
But above all, yeah, they if they're not like supervised, so to say, they will go around and say, "Did you know that Prince Anghel slew like this giant monster in the woods, and that's the reason your town is still standing? Go thank him."
Oh no. We need to put them on a leash or something. We need to.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They have a mind of their own. Let's just say.
I mean, fair enough.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the day that Muninn becomes almost a zombie. Let's say.
You're looking forward to it? Well, that sounds like fun.
So am I.
Oh my god.
Well, the previous Oracle lasted for like a 1,000 years or so, so Muninn should last as long as Akesius doesn't feel particularly angry, or I guess.
Oh yay! 1,000 years of being used like this. Have fun.
Thank you. I mean, I will say, as horrifying as it is cool to watch. I just wouldn't want to be in Munin's shoes.
Oh my god, no! It sounded so painful. Wow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's. These are deities not used to your bodies, and they don't care to get used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What else happened that ought to be brought up? I'm curious. Show and Tell, because obviously Dely was spoiled. But I'm curious, Show&Tell specifically, what did you think was going on, like with Simbir or like just in general with before the spoilers came?
I was just like thinking, okay, like Muninn's disgusted with him. I don't know. That he had the plague after all. I don't know. Something was going on, but I didn't know like what to think. I definitely didn't think about Nictelius.
You say he had the plague after all?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because the previous episode, Anghel quote unquote cured him of the plague.
Yeah, but then he had the plague after all.
No, I was wondering if that's what.
Sorry. Yeah,
Because when it was like disgusted, so I was like,
Right.
what could be so bad? I don't know. I
see what you're saying. Yeah, no. Funny enough, I thought that too before I actually like found out. If that makes sense, I was like, oh, why should Muninn be disgusted? That's so interesting.
Yeah, like it was.
And then obviously I found out.
I was also puzzled why Muninn was disgusted, to be honest, because
yeah.
What I messaged Deli was, you feel some of Akessis' emotions, which are fear and anger. I did not mention disgust.
Yeah. I think I mostly meant disgust as like you're so angry with something that you're almost disgusted with it. It's not that you're gross.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's not that you're grossed out. It's not that you're grossed out. It's just that it's like
disgusted out of like annoyance with something, or
yeah. It's like this is horrible. Like
I get what you mean. Okay, so I didn't understand that. That's why.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense, I guess.
Well, hindsight for all of us, because I didn't either at the time. Noted. Anything else that we are to mention? I don't think much else happened that's worth bringing up. Anything from you guys?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Okay. Well then, dear viewers, thank you for watching and listening to us. As always, as we go with tradition, go check out Ashen. She does great stuff. Instagram. Don't think she accepts commissions anymore, but she probably will in the future. So check her out when she does. Next, we'll go with the dice that say that Show&Tell should go ahead and talk about herself and what she's doing. What's up, Show&Tell?
Hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I do reactions when I have time, because I also work and I don't have time. When I do, I make reactions. So you can check it out on YouTube or Patreon.
Well said. Thank you very, very, very much, Show&Tell. And then, of course, we would have Deli. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Deli. I am very happy to be here. Usually outside of these sessions, I am a Goblin VTuber. Sorry, a Goblin VTuber on Twitch.tv. You can find me there. I make my own stuff. I can make my own models and that. I don't make my own art because I can't make art. Okay. You can find me on there on the magic link on screen. Love to meet you all. I'm currently sort of on a mini hiatus sort of thing, but I do plan to do a little cheeky rebrand at some point, so that'd be really nice. So I wouldn't be a goblin forever. If you can, you can join my Discord if you like. Would love to have a chat with you. I feel like that's the quickest way to get to me. And I also have a Twitter that I occasionally post to. So yeah.
They do. Thank you. And yeah, go check that out. Thank you very, very much, Deli. And I, dear viewers, was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I did this series. It's a lot of fun. I also do another series on also on my channel with a different group of people set in the Warcraft universe that I would highly recommend. Also, I guess not really, but sort of counts as self-promotion because in a way it's also my content, but not really. Sometimes I help Show&Tell with editing, so go check out her videos because they're also kind of mine, but not really, I guess. Sure.
They're awesome. Thanks for the editing.
Yeah, check that out either way. Other than that, thank you, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. Should be back next week. If not, I'll let you know on Twitter and those kind of places. And we'll see you when we'll see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.